because I'm going to say it's 1, and we're live. Welcome back to the Invictus stream. We're on Game 4 of our Dragon Age RPG, being run by our very lovely GM, Justin James. We're also joined by Chris Visu and Michael Barber, who is part of this traveling band of merry men going through the Frostback Mountains. If you are watching this for the first time, please check out the description below this video. There should be the links to the previous games if you want to catch up or watch them in your own time. Other than that, we also have a Twitter feed. It is Invictus Stream, so at Invictus Stream. And while we're doing this, I'll be live tweeting alongside. So if you have any questions or anything like that, and you're like, hey man, you went in that house, you should go right because there's a guy in the bathroom for whatever reason, maybe you know that, I might take that under advisement. I might even suggest it to the other players and pretend that it's my advice if it is particularly good advice. Other than that, I'm going to throw it off to Justin to do a little bit of a recap and then to bring us right into the story. So, Justin, take her away.
All right. Well, a quick synopsis of what has happened so far. We started off at the town of Western Hills, which is just on the eastern side of the Frostback Mountains, where our three players, Penth, Grinner, and Imogen, have all met together with two NPCs, one known as Renner, who is spearheading this expedition into the Frostbacks in search of a magical item, and his friend, Gil, who is a cook. And they have a plan for what they're going to do when they get through the Frostbacks, and basically our adventurers have been brought along for defense. Okay, they're the first line of defense against the many hazards of the Frostback Mountains. Now, since they left, they've traveled about 5 days now, I believe, and our last session was very interesting. They were staying at a cabin that's just at the base of the Frostbacks, about 2 days out of Western Hills, and does anybody want to take over from there?
I don't really remember what happened after that. I remember that we were in the cabin and... Oh, that's right. Mike, your character had a visitor.
That is correct. What it is because Imogen is an apostate. Imogen was being tracked by some Templars who tracked us to the cabin, and of course, being the all-powerful apostate that I am, I slayed them single-handedly.
Yeah.
With simply mind blasting them, which is not quite true.
AKA he cowered under a table and asked for help.
Correct.
Please, someone else kill them.
Having overcome that opportunity, we then continued traveling on and fell into an avalanche, or an avalanche fell into us. Which we had many struggles and overcame. Just actually on this, I would also like to mention too, again, anyone that is following us live and following on Twitter, we are new to the Dragon Age. So again, if you do have advice or if we screw something up, feel free to tweet and let us know, and maybe we'll fix it. Maybe we'll just keep going.
Most likely we'll keep going if it benefits us as players.
Exactly.
So if someone tweets something and be like, yo, the GM just totally made that totally a wrong call, I'd be like, don't say anything, delete that tweet, and we're totally good. And actually there were some interesting party dynamics last time as well. If I remember correctly, Penth took 2 gold pieces from one of the fallen soldiers that came to collect our elf friend, and when I confronted him about sharing it, what's that?
I think he earned 2 gold pieces.
He thinks he did.
It's perspective. Took, earned.
It is. It's always perspective from a little guy looking up to us 6-foot tall people, me and the other people who live there.
Are you little?
I'm 6-something. You're little.
I'm 6 foot too.
You said you're not last game. I have it on video. You said you were like 5-something.
Justin, you have my character sheet, right?
Yes, I do.
How tall am I?
You're 6'1".
Okay, fair enough. Then he's changed it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't remember. Either way, he took 2 gold pieces from one of the fallen soldiers, and when I asked him to split it evenly amongst the party members, he declined, which led to a very confrontational confrontation. During the night, my character, unknown to the other people, let the other surviving member slip out. But I told him to tell the other members of the Chantry, or the Chantry, the Chantry, that Penth was the one who killed the man. So there's a little bit of a party issue going on.
Mm-hmm. Renner has hired on some very contentious individuals.
Yes.
All right.
But for good reason. I mean, we are good. We are good at what we do, relatively speaking.
Yeah. And it keeps things interesting. So yes, tensions are rising. And we're going to start off exactly where we stopped last time.
Let me go change my shirt back to my old shirt then.
Okay, well, while he's doing that, which I don't think he is, if you guys can open your Roll20.
Experience. We should do experience.
Oh, yes, of course. Okay, yeah, before we do this, before we jump into the role-playing and the adventure, we're going to do experience from last time because we haven't done it in a live stream yet. We don't have any evidence of how far they are along. So you guys should all have the same amount of experience. Does anybody have that number handy?
355.
355. That's
I
it.
said it first. I get more.
That's all there is.
We didn't add last game.
I still feel like it should be more.
Do we start with experience at level 1?
No, you don't start with experience.
We're at 355 then.
Okay. Is that what you have too, Mike?
355, yes.
Yeah, 355. Okay. So from last week, I've got it written down here. Your experience. So we had really only 2 encounters last time, and there wasn't too much role playing. The first encounter, you guys will remember, was a gruelingly long 2-hour battle, where
which lasted all of 2 minutes in game time.
Yeah, 2 minutes in game time. No, actually, every round I think is what 15. Is it 15 seconds? I think it's 15 seconds. So yeah, 2 minutes.
Less.
But yeah, it took us 2 hours, and that was a hard encounter. Everybody was pretty beat up by the end of it. Imogen was out of mana, and that will get you guys hard experience, which is 300 experience for that encounter.
Woohoo!
The Avalanche, I'm ranking it as a easy encounter. It was more than routine. Some people lost a little bit of health, but so you'll get 100 experience for that. And because there wasn't too much role-playing, I was going to leave it at 85, but I really liked some of the added tense dynamics between the different characters. I like how Penth took the money. I like how Grinner is mad at Penth now and set that guy free. And I'm happy with Imogen that he went as long as possible without revealing that he was a mage. So I'm going to give you guys an extra 50 for a total of 135 experience for role-playing last game.
5. It gives us 490 total right now.
No.
No, it's 4. It should be 535 each.
Oh, 535 in addition? Sorry, say again?
300 plus 100 plus 135 is 535.
But we divide that by 3, don't we?
No, you guys keep it each.
We were dividing last time. That's why our numbers are lower.
I see. I guess I wasn't paying attention.
So it's 535 in addition to our 355?
Yes. Yeah. Handing out experience in Dragon Age isn't, from what I understand, it isn't split up between the party.
So we're at 890?
Yes. We'll put it there. Last time you guys split it up, which you didn't need to.
Well, the easy way to do it would just to be multiply 355
times
by
3, which is 1065.
and then add this,
Which would be 8 plus 890 would give us 1955.
which is close to leveling up.
You're almost leveled up. You'll be leveled up by the end of this session if you survive.
Or we do anything.
So we're gonna go with the total of 1955 then.
1955, if that's what it adds up to.
Oh, it was a good year. I remember it well.
Me too. It was 33 years before I was born.
Is that the year you were born, Mike?
No.
No, it's not. 1955. I'd make him
Nice.
60. You look good for 60, Mike.
Thank you.
It looks amazing.
I'm feeling Sprite. Yeah, whippersnappers.
Okay.
All right, so we need. You said we need 1999 to. That was a good year to level up.
Yes, 1999 to level up.
Oh.
So you're very close.
So if we have an encounter,
I kill Pent.
I watch.
I would, if you guys had an encounter, yes, technically you would level up, but unfortunately experience is handed out at the end of the session so that we don't have to level up our characters during the session.
Well, then let's do this. Let's just stop the session an hour in, and then we'll rebroadcast in 10 minutes. We'll do an intermission.
Oh,
No,
let's just go.
I'm
Might ruin
kidding, Mike.
your flow.
I'm joking.
Today's session is a leveling up session.
20 minutes later.
Sweet. Speaking of 20 minutes later, actually it's only 13 minutes later. Are you guys ready to start? Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get started?
I am ready, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Actually, now that I think of it, there is one thing. I've been listening to a podcast. It's called the DM Block, the Dungeon Master's Block. And it's about Dungeons and Dragons, really. But basically, these guys get together and they talk about their sessions that they had recently and different themes of what to talk about. So last week they made a session about NPCs, making memorable NPCs, and I got some great tips from that. If you are a DM and you'd like to learn more about that sort of thing and get some ideas, then it's a great place to go.
Cool. I'll do a shout out to them in Twitch.
Shout out. All right. So everybody's in Roll20.
No, I am now.
That means you guys. Can you guys hear the sound?
Vis-O. I don't know how to say my best friend's last name, apparently. I cannot hear the sound, but that's okay.
A little
I'm-
ticking.
That says clicking.
I was clicking. I muted myself. All right, I am screen sharing it now.
Okay. So it should be completely black. Yeah, I guess the. Oh, there we go.
I'm going to turn that off for me, though.
All right, I'll turn that down. Is that a reasonable volume for you guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So. This is my mountain, my greatest challenge. Although I began strong, I found I can't finish what I started. Now lying at the bottom, I can see all the mistakes, all the missteps, the faults, and the cracks that caused this avalanche. Every inch I get closer, every step, it's a new chance for failure. The peak is hidden with the mist and clouded judgment. So how close am I? There it is again, that familiar rumble of demise. What started as a pebble became my downfall. Falling down, getting lower and lower, until I hit bottom. Crushed by the snow, my fears and regrets. Frozen, numb, lifeless. Now what? The Bard Helmuth. So you look down the slope of the tall mountain that you're standing on right now, and you watch as the snow crumbles away, the avalanche breaking on the trees at the base of the mountain. You are hundreds, maybe thousands of feet up on the slope of this mountain, and you are surrounded by mountains now. Everyone is catching their breaths and panting. Your breath is fogging up the air. And Renner turns to you and says, "Well, we're halfway there. Shall we continue? Is everyone all right?"
Is everyone all right?
I look down and I check my limbs and see that I have some gashes from tumbling in the snow a little bit. But I see that I can manage and continue on, and I nod to Renner. I said, "Yes, I'm ready to continue."
Good. Imogen, yourself, you can make it up maybe another hour?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Good. And Renner nods to you, Grinner, and begins to make his way up the slippery slope. So, as you're walking, Renner explains to you, Imogen, that you've reached the spine of the Frostbacks. This is the tallest, longest stretch of mountains, and yeah, that is aptly named the spine. But he says that once you've reached the other side of the spine, it's all downhill from there, literally.
And we're so close to conquering the biggest mountain in the spine.
The Roll20 is black, yeah?
Roll20 is black, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make
sure.
sure.
So you don't need it on right now.
Oh, then I should not have
Sure.
been presenting it for the last 10 minutes.
That's okay, it set the tone.
Okay.
Darkness. Okay, and you're on the side of this mountain. You're not exactly sure where to go. It looks like Renner is just climbing haphazardly still, but the ground is much easier to walk on now that all that snow has fallen away.
I suggest all the same that we tie ourselves one to the next person, so that if anyone does fall, we can hang on to that person.
Anybody object?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with climbing techniques, but wouldn't that be like more like a tumbling effect? If one person fell, then another person fell, wouldn't it be worse? Would it like?
I don't think so.
I don't know. All I'm saying is, like, would it be better? Because I have a climbing rope. Would it be better just to throw a rope up and then just everyone climb the rope one by one? I don't know. Is there an honest, as a GM, benefit to tying each other one to each other?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a benefit. It'll definitely help you out. If everybody fails, if one person falls off and you are tied to the rope, then you'll get a bonus to getting yourself back up. But I guess if more people were to fall than there are people holding on, then it would be worse.
Well, that's my thinking. Like, because then at that point, wouldn't the anchor be another person as opposed to an anchor?
Yes. And so I mean that is the downfall of that technique.
The other option
But
is
it is
that
much
we
better
can
at the
make
beginning.
anchors. We can make anchors as we go up, like you said.
You guys did buy pittance or pitons? Or are you
about the pittance?
How steep is it where we're going? Is it still pretty steep, or is it more of a, like, is it manageable? We're not in risk of falling.
Well, do a perception check.
13.
Okay, so as you guys make your way across the newly cleared mountain face, you see that there are some passages. I think it looks like Renner is trying to lead you north and looking for a passage onto the other side of the mountain. But because there was just an avalanche, you look up the mountain and it slopes up, and you see that there is an area in between two peaks that looks like it may have been cleared away by the avalanche. It'd be a risk climbing up there, but you think it looks like there is an opening which might lead to the other side. Or it might just be a cave. You don't know.
Well, what does Renner want to do?
So you tell Renner about this?
Yeah, I do. And I say, even if it's not a cave, if it is a cave, we'll know that we have a place that we can find shelter if need be. Or it could be a path.
Renner spends a few moments considering it, and he says, "All right, well, what does everybody else think? Gil?
Can I do a knowledge check?
For what? Cunning?
If it is a cave, would this be the type of habitat for a bear or other hillsman?
Yep, roll ahead. Roll away.
So 11. What am I rolling?
Cunning.
12?
Okay. You know that most bears live south of this point.
Right.
The oxygen is getting thinner up here, and most bears like to live closer to vegetation where it's likely that there are going to be deers. You might run into some crag wolves, which are known to come up to this height. Maybe another red lion. They've been known to wander up this way as well, but once again, it is quite high up.
I say we explore it.
What are we hoping to find? A way through?
A passage through the spine, to the other side of the spine of the
We
mountain.
don't have to go right over. We can go through the mountain.
Can't go over it.
Through the mines and
Now that Pence has mentioned it, now I will also do a natural lore check just to see if, again, my perspectives on what it might be, as well as looking around for any animal droppings or any signs that way.
Okay.
All right, so I would have 12, 13, 16.
Okay, so Penth points at the location he's talking about, and as you look up, Imogen, you see that there's wind blowing through this passage. It looks like very strong wind, which may have actually caused the avalanche to begin with. The pressure of the wind breaking up the snow and causing it to fall all over you guys. So if there's wind passing through, there's a good chance that it leads somewhere.
All right.
troll farts.
Troll farts.
And what of Gil?
Gil, he seems kind of, it doesn't really matter to him, but, oh, do you ask him?
Well, I mean, is he still doing all right? And then I would ask him.
Yeah, he's doing fine. He looks like he's out of breath a little bit. He sees that you guys have stopped, so his red shaking hand, he reaches into his pocket and lights his pipe. And he says, yeah, it might be worth it to do that climb, eh?
Yeah, I don't see any drawback. I mean, there's the possibility of a creature living in there, but it also could shave off hours from our trek, is what we're assuming, correct?
Well, yeah. And I mean...
And there's the possibility we'll run into a creature anywhere.
That's true. We could go down the path and we might run into something there as well. That's a good point. And you know what? Hell, even if we make it up there and it turns out it's just a cave or nothing at all, we can keep on going north. It's no big deal.
So at that point, I mention my observations that I'm pretty confident that it will take us through to the other side. And then I also show them like effects of the wind blowing through, be it on trees or whatever is around, as my reasoning for assuming that the wind is blowing through it.
Okay. So, Renner says, well, is everyone in agreement then? Are we going through or up to this passage?
Aye. You can count on my steel.
All right. So you guys begin to make your way up the side of the mountain, and it is steeper than the way you guys were going. You guys were going north, but it could shave off so much time if this does go through. So as you're going upwards, as you're climbing, everybody do a climbing check.
Yay!
So what would that be? Right?
Dexterity or?
You guys can do this however you want. Yes, it's climbing. It is strength, actually. Climbing is strength.
I have a climbing skill, I guess.
Oh.
Yes. So you have a focus, so you get +2.
Okay.
I'm going to be using my climbing rope, meaning I would toss it up and then carry myself up.
Do you have a grapple?
Yes. It would. Well, put it this way: it would have been one of the things that I definitely would have brought.
You definitely would have bought. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So you can try that, and you'll get a plus. The grapple, I'm going to say you get a +1 because it might be hard to get it.
Find something to snag on.
Okay. How about? And again, I don't know. I'm not 100% of the rules for this, but and I would offer this to share with everyone else. But could the opportunity of grapple be that instead of rolling strength, you roll dexterity in order to hook it onto something?
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
it wouldn't count as your climb check, but it would count almost like an attack roll. You're like...
Well, I was thinking in lieu of the strength check. It's like having a grapple lets you switch strength out for dexterity. Now, to me, it doesn't matter because I'm +1 dexterity. It would be the same bonus. But for anyone else using it, that would kind of be a cool thing. With the grapple hook, it's like, oh yeah, you still climb, but instead of rolling strength for climb, you'd roll dexterity to see if you climb.
Yeah, I would think you'd use dexterity as the, hey, do I hook something? And then if you hook something, do you even need to make a strength check to climb? No.
But again, in Dragon Age, it would be perception.
Yes, technically in Dragon Age it would be.
You don't think
Perception.
it'd be dexterity, like shooting an arrow at something?
Dexterity.
Shooting an arrow is perception.
Yes, yeah, it's to hit. It's not to hit.
Perception would be, do I see anything to hook it on?
Yeah.
Dexterity, do I throw the rope accurately enough to hook it on?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, I'm going to say let's do dexterity to hook it on. We don't have to do the perception. There's lots of places that you can hook it onto. It's just a matter of getting it. So we're going to go with Mike's suggestion of rolling for dexterity, and you are still going to have to make a climb check, but it's going to be significantly, you get a significant bonus.
Okay.
You'll get a
almost
+4 to your
like,
climb.
like an easy roll or an easy challenge. Then.
Yeah, because you still do need to climb. You still do need to pull yourself up. It's not like a ladder where it's really easy. It's moving side to side. It's slippery rock face. So
Makes sense. So is everyone going to use the grapple, I guess? I'm sure there'd be many of them.
Oh, I would, yeah, if you've already got it. You get it there, yeah.
We'll do it together, Elf. Can I put him on my back? Can we get a bonus if we do that?
you won't get a bonus. No, you'll get a penalty.
It would make it harder for you.
Not with your elf penis against my back.
That's true.
Is this 18 plus?
It would inspire me. It would be an inspiration. You get an inspiration bonus.
Would it be spur you on or spew you on? I'm not sure, whichever. Or spew on you, whatever.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to throw the grappling hook.
Okay, you throw it over and you manage to hook something.
Okay, now, can everyone else use this now that I've hooked it?
Yes, everybody else can.
So no one else has to roll dexterity then. So then I would say, Elf, why don't you go first, and I will stay below in case you should slip, and then I can catch you because you're little.
Well, the elf already managed to climb up.
Oh, never mind then.
Penth, though, was
Where would you like me to put your grapple?
yeah.
Penth was scrambling to get up.
Oh, and here I thought this was gonna be a whole thing. This is just like, okay, then I'll just roll for strength.
This is the first one, the first wave.
Oh, great. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then whatever the bonus to strength would have been.
Yeah, okay, so you make it up fine. Make it a fine. Penth, do you take the rope or do you try to climb up again?
Well, I failed, right?
Yeah.
I would try the rope for sure.
Okay. So you take the rope that Grinner threw down for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you make it up this time. Penth pulls himself up at your feet, Grinner. And you guys keep going.
Yeah, no, I kick him in the face in front of everybody and he falls to his death. No, of course. In fact, I even put up my hand and I say, let me help you up.
Ah, okay.
Oh, by the way, Dungeon Master Block retweeted us and said, check out the shout-out we got from INVICTUS Stream, and then they linked to our YouTube video. So there might be someone there watching right now. Hey!
Hey, all right.
Well,
I got
like
some
it's
seriously
out.
good tips from them. I'm really glad that I started listening to that podcast.
Did you say
Great
seriously
ideas.
good tits or tips?
I got some seriously good tips from that broadcast.
Good. From that broadcast?
That broadcast, yeah.
That's it. Let's
right.
start off with sexism. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's not even 18 plus.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
boy.
not.
They don't mind. If you mind, turn it off,
No,
mute.
it's
I don't
fine.
know. Hope they don't. Okay, so do one more climb check. And
Wait,
this
are we
climb
doing-
check,
I was gonna say, are you gonna do another grappling hook check first?
it's up to you guys.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I'll use the grappling hook again.
Ben, once again, is scrambling up the side.
No, I get it.
He's
I
rolled.
would-
Oh yeah, no, you got it. You definitely got it that time. 3, 3.
I would have got
6.
12 plus 4, yeah.
Yeah,
16.
you're good there. You're good there. So Penn starts climbing himself, and you got a 3, 3, and a 2. So you don't manage to hook it on this time. Oh wait, did you get past a 10, Harlan?
No, I got sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, but I got doubles.
Okay, so you miss. You don't manage to hook it onto something. You can try to climb it, but it feels like it's just loose.
Well, is Penth up there now?
I can lower down a rope.
Penn is up there.
Yeah. I'll just say, just lower down a rope
Okay.
Okay. I
and
do it.
wrap it around your arm, and you be the anchor.
Okay, so you guys help each other up, and all in all, it takes you guys about 10. No, sorry, it takes you guys about 40 minutes to get up to this passage of continuous climbing, and you get to the front, and everybody can open roll 20.
All right. The passage of continuous climbing. It sounds like an ominous place. We are at the passage of
That's
continuous
exhausting.
climbing.
Very tired in this passage.
I think they have those. I think they have those machines at the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Torture.
Ooh, pretty.
Ah.
So this is what it looks like. You
I
get
feel like
to
we
the
walk
top.
by and there'd be like frozen things on the side.
I feel like the soft sounds of "Let It Go" would be playing.
Let it go. Let it go. I still never seen that movie.
Frozen. Thank you.
The movie's called Frozen. That's why Chris took it. Yeah.
So you get to the top, and as you pull yourself up to look down this passage, wind is buffeting you in the face and throwing loose bits of ice and snow at you. But it's definitely strong, but you can pull yourself up and walk through it. And you can barely hear each other, but you all make it to the top. And yes, this is what you see. It is a tunnel. It's buried in very dense snow and ice. And it looks like it goes down about 30 feet before it twists and winds, and you can't see any further. It's a beautiful, glowing light blue and white.
I like this place. It reminds me of home.
Where did you grow up?
In an ice room.
My mother was very cold.
My parents own an arena.
It was a cold room. That's my parents. I drove.
You guys are ruining the atmosphere that I worked so hard to set up.
No, we made it so much. We're standing there thinking on the cusp of this gaping ice hole.
Okay, I want to do a perception roll to see if there's any footprints or anything that looks like people have been coming in and out.
Okay.
So
I'm reminded of my birth.
Oh.
I was gonna say it's an ice hole.
13.
13. Okay, so you don't see any prints. It looks like this not too long ago was filled with snow, or at least the first 10 feet or so was filled with snow before the avalanche knocked it all down. And the ground is mostly ice and really dense snow. So even if someone was walking along it, you probably wouldn't see any prints.
Is that picture correct? Meaning there are steps there?
Are there steps? I don't see steps.
Yeah, it looks.
Oh, yeah. Those aren't steps. Those are just...
Ripples of the wind.
Okay.
Well, let's move on.
Well, I just wanted to make sure, because, you know, if it was... Now, sorry, did you succeed on your perception roll?
As far as I know. I didn't
Okay,
see very much, though.
Okay, well, I would probably do my own anyway. Not that I don't believe you, but just because I would not have asked. What did you see? What did your hillsman eyes see, Alarian?
I would probably be standing behind the biggest and the widest person just to cut the wind off from hitting me directly.
Oh, widest. I see how this is. Cracking the fat jokes already.
So who would that be?
The broadest?
So you're standing behind who? Who do you think is the broadest?
I don't know who would look to be the broadest.
Probably Penth. I'd probably say.
Because I was going to say it might even be Gil or Renner.
No,
Because
they're
Gil
pretty
has
slim.
all the equipment as well, right? Because he's got all the... He's like the pack mule.
He's Patsy. Come, Patsy.
Yeah. I guess he would have a lot of equipment, so maybe that would make him the broadest. Sure.
So I'd probably be standing behind Gil then.
I would imagine searching around for someone to stand behind, and I would just stand in front of him and say, "Get behind me, little one." Anyway, so I rolled a 13 for perception.
Okay, so the same. You see that the path.
Sorry, 14.
Oh, 14. Same thing. You don't see any tracks, and you do see some snow drifting towards you.
All right,
And
let's go.
a dry leaf.
Seriously, a leaf?
Yeah.
And I pick it up, and I say, "'Tis odd that a leaf such as this would be in the Frostback Mountains, an area rife with pine trees. Leaves do not fall off trees in this neck of the wood."
All right. On that, I ask if I can see it, and if I can, then I will also do the nature lower cunning.
Yeah, and I hand it to you.
8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
Let's see if I can recognize it.
11. So you recognize it from the tomes. It has a very unique, I guess, veining pattern, and it's a pine leaf. No, pine leaf. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh?
It is a silver pine leaf, and it is still. It seems strange, but the silver pine is a very interesting tree that grows only in the Frostbacks. You've only read of legends of it, really. Very, very rare. And it is one of the few trees that has the added benefits of a coniferous tree and a deciduous tree, in a sense that it does have both pines and leaves.
Nice.
Good save.
Yes. Although, FYI, silver pine does actually already exist, and it is. Oh no! I went.
No, not in Dragon Age. Dragon Age is very unique.
Because these leaves are actually silver.
Let's move on through the tunnel.
Yeah. All right. So you guys continue on, and you're walking. You're walking for about 10 minutes, and the path winds and twists as you make your way through the mountain. And about 10 minutes in, you notice that the ceiling opens up here and there. It isn't just a complete tunnel. Every now and then there are these openings that lead out into the surface above, kind of like sunroofs.
Does it look like this was a man-made cave or a tunnel of an animal or something?
No, actually, what it looks like is these are the walls. It's basically packed snow and ice, like I said, but wherever it looks like it's just faulted apart. As the temperature has changed, or as the mountains have moved, the ice has cracked apart from itself, and it's getting farther and farther apart. So maybe if you came back in the springtime, it'd be much wider or wouldn't even be here.
Right.
And above you, you see that when there is an opening, the walls curl upwards, and beneath the rim of the opening are large icicles that glisten in the light that there is.
Are they dangerously big? Like if we were under one when it fell, it would hurt us?
Every now and then you see one that looks like, whoa, I better steer clear of that one. And maybe your characters
Need to work our way around these.
Oh yeah, you can walk under them. They're not that.
I'm going to do a perception.
Okay.
Not on just the icicles, but also on the tunnel ahead.
Okay.
Can we just walk through it?
You know what? If we stopped here for a reason, maybe there's something useful. But I don't see it. I got 10.
Okay.
I start jogging.
So you start jogging, Penth, and are the other characters following? Do you guys follow?
No. I want something
What?
bad to happen.
I'm behind Grinner. I'm being protected from the wind, so when he moves, I'll move.
Okay, so you're running along. You're running for maybe 20 seconds, and all of a sudden, as you go up a slight slope, a slight increase in the grade, you slip, or the ice becomes very slick. And roll a dexterity acrobatics.
Nice.
You land and get impaled through the mouth with a sharp spike.
11.
11. Okay. So you do fall, but you don't take any damage.
Am I far enough away that they don't see?
They
I roll
might hear
perception
you.
on it?
They might hear you. Yeah, roll perception. Maybe you hear it.
I want to see him.
Yeah, I hope they just hear me.
What am I at? 9.
9. Okay. You don't hear it because the wind is so strong in your ears, but you do hit the ground hard. You don't hurt yourself, and yeah,
A
it's
gold
kind of
piece
embarrassing.
falls out of my pocket and slides downhill.
You start sliding. You don't really go that far. It's not that downhill.
Okay, cool.
It's
All right,
just
we
one
continue
little
walking.
raised area.
We continue
I get
walking.
back up, obviously.
No,
Okay.
before we get there too soon. We see him getting up. I go, what do we need?
I was just resting. I was tired.
Are you tired? Everybody, Penth is tired. I think we should maybe. I don't know, Penth. Are you okay to keep going? You don't look tired, but I guess you're tired. You were lying down. Guys, should we stop?
Renner is chuckling to himself, and Gil is lighting his pipe for the 3rd time today since the climb.
All right, can I talk to Gil about that? Gil, look, I think you might have a problem, man. You've been lighting your pipe like 8 times a day. What is with you?
Well, you got a problem with it?
Yeah, I think it's detrimental to your health. I think with the knowledge that we now know, I mean, maybe, back in the 13th age, maybe it was okay to smoke pipes, but now in the 14th age, I think it's a little ridiculous. Magicians have, or the mages have proven the the deadly,
Negative effects on your health.
Thank you, elf. Thank you.
Meanwhile,
mages-
I'm going to walk over to Pent and just ask him, are you okay, Pent?
Yes, I've fallen many times, so it's not the first and won't be the last. Thank you, though.
Okay, so you guys continue on. And Renner slips on the exact same spot.
Oh.
His feet fall beneath him, slip beneath him, and you hear a crack as he hits the ground.
Is he dead?
Well, check.
I
Somebody check.
walk over to him and I help him up, and I'm like, "Hey, you all right?"
Okay,
Okay,
and
don't move him.
he doesn't respond. He limply shakes as you shake him.
So he's just like, are you seriously? Are you dead? I'm looking at him. Are you seriously? You died? Seriously? What the fuck? How did you die?
And Gil throws his pipe to the ground and leans over his friend and says, "It's all right. It's going to be all right." "What are you doing?" He turns to Imogen. "Come on, do something."
I will. I will use. Actually, I'm still not. Okay, I will use 3 mana points.
Okay, trying to heal
Let
him.
me try my test here. Yeesh. 4, 5. Where's my magic? 6, 7. Ooh. I will try 3 more.
All right, so you're down to 15 mana.
Yep. There we go.
Okay.
And
So-
I use a spell stunt on it too.
Yes, you can. Skillful casting if you want to.
All right. So what I'm going to do first is let's figure out how much health he regains, if any. There we go.
So what does he heal?
9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
And could I use Mighty Spell? Oh no, it specifically says if the spell does damage.
Right.
What I will do is, how many mana points do I have? Or how many dragon dice do I have?
Well, if you used skillful casting, then you can reduce it to 0. So you're at 15 if you do that.
Yeah, okay, that's what I would do.
Okay. Oh wait, no, it only reduces it by 1.
Yeah, but I can. That's what I had, right? I had 1.
Oh, that's it? That's all it cost?
I can't remember what I had. So.
No, I think you did 3.
I had 3 because I had 2 6s and okay.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Well, let's just keep it 1 because I had at least a 1.
Okay. So I think you're at 16 now. No, sorry, 14. 14 mana?
No, I was gonna put it 12 or 13.
Oh, 13. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you kneel over him, and the first time you try to cast, it doesn't do anything. The wind knocks you off balance, and you have to regain it. But you try it again, and this time you feel that it is helping. There's some subtle cracking sounds in the back of his skull, but he's still unconscious.
So it appears that we might have to make a shelter here tonight after all. Do you think he will come to shortly, Imogen?
Well, let me do a cunning for healing, I guess, even though it's not a strength of mine. I'm sorry, Pence, I don't know. I'm not strong enough in the arts of healing to gauge this. I can only do my best. I could try using more magic.
Well, he'll either come to or he won't. Either way, we have to wait for him. I might as well start a fire. I suggest we do one underneath one of the openings as opposed to where the ice might fall in on us.
Okay. And in the meantime, once he does get the fire going, I'll make more pine tea.
Okay.
You and your pine tea.
So starting a fire is going to be quite difficult. It's because of the wind. You might be able to wait for a time that the wind dies down, or you guys can keep going. It's up to you.
I will take some of my. I imagine we have tent pegs or something of the sort. I don't even know if we have tents. We probably wouldn't have tents.
We did. We did have tents.
Yeah. I would take the rope and I would use the a cloak or anything to try to block the wind up.
Well, before we start going through all this, how do we know roughly how far we are from the end of this tunnel?
Does it really matter? Our guide's unconscious still.
Yeah, but we could move him.
I think we should let him rest. What if he doesn't even come to because we move him?
Well, would moving him make him not come to? I mean, as long as we didn't drop him again, I'm sure it'd be the same whether we were covering ground or not.
In the meantime, I'll try to heal him again.
Okay.
So first the test.
Yep.
Okay, which is fine. Ooh, nice. Okay, so again, 16, 18 more points healed.
Okay, and you can
And I'm
reduce
down
it
to
by 1?
Oh, is 6 my dragon die? Does that count, or is that only when you're trying to do the test, or is it any time you roll?
It counts for casting, doesn't it?
It counts for casting, yeah. So you're trying to heal him, you're casting on him, you can reduce it by
I can reduce it to 0.
This spell, no, it can only reduce the mana cost of the spell by 1, but if you are casting a spell that only uses 1 mana, then it can reduce it to 0. But you're doing 3, right? Your healing cost is 3.
My healing, my mana cost, yes, is 3.
Yeah.
But
So you can,
if I've got a 6, can't I do that several times, or can you only do it once?
now it says that you can only use 1 stunt per dragon die.
Okay.
Yeah. Or sorry, you can only use one of the same stunt.
It says, is he using skillful casting? It says reduce the mana cost of the spell by 1. This can reduce the mana cost to 0.
Right, but that's if the mana cost is 1.
1 to begin with.
Oh,
That's
I see
my
what you're saying.
understanding. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Does he stir at all, Renner?
He doesn't stir. He's still unconscious. You don't think that this is something that healing is really going to take. You think that it's just a matter of time before he comes to. But
Okay.
you know that your healing has been effective, so if there is anything that you can heal on him, then it's been done.
Okay.
Okay. Then how about this as a happy medium? I will go scout ahead just to see how far this tunnel leads, and in the meantime, you guys can start setting up camp here. If I find out that we're just a few short, minutes away from the other side of this tunnel, or there might be a better spot to camp, then I can come back and report. But in the meantime, I'll just kind of continue on and then come back before the exit. Does that sound fair?
Yep. Okay. In the meantime, again, if we're going to be resting, then even though it's going to take me more mana, I would probably do a healing on myself as well. Because the idea at this point was that we were going to rest until he was better, as far as I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys can take a short rest that will let you guys heal a bit. 5-minute breather. 5 plus Constitution level and health is what you'd get back. So you get 5 plus 1 plus whatever the Constitution is.
Yeah, it's good. I'm back to full health, but I'm only have 7 mana left.
Weren't you at 16 HP before that? Or you did the healing?
I did the healing.
So that's another 3.
Yeah, that's why I've got a total of 7 mana left.
Oh, I see. Okay. And how many mana points do you get back after a short rest?
I will look that up and let you know.
All right, you look that up. Everybody else gets a short rest worth of health.
And you said it was 5 plus 1 plus your Constitution?
Yes.
So I'm back at full as well. I'm back at 32.
Okay. And it looks like Penta's back. Penta's... You're what?
35.
35, okay. Okay.
So I'll take a quick scout ahead while these guys are setting up and see if there's anything just around the bend. I would stay within earshot, and I would tell Penth too to keep an ear to the ground, so to speak. Not literally, Penth, because I know you take things literally. But keep an ear open in case... Are elf ears better?
Not in this case.
Okay. Then yeah, I would just tell Penth to keep an ear open.
Okay, so you make your way to the west down the frozen path.
Very cautiously, looking obviously where I'm stepping because I would not want to incapacitate myself.
Okay, so watching where you're stepping, you see that the ice here is actually very slick, unnaturally slick, as if water's been dumped on it.
Okay, so I just break off a piece of stalagmite icicle, and I just kind of I just set it down to see if it will slide without pushing it or anything like that, to see if there's kind of a natural slide or an unnatural slide that people have made here.
Nope, it's not an unnatural slide. It's the icicle stays where it is. It seems to just be water, nothing special, nothing magical.
All right, then I continue on.
Okay, so you travel for about 10 minutes, and you come into a clearing. It's not a full clearing. It's just a part of the passage that widens. It widens to about 6 yards. I guess that is, about 3 meters. and it goes about 20 yards, I believe.
Okay, I'll do a perception, see if there's any sort of sign of people who have been here or whatever.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10. Okay, so you don't see any signs of people. Once again, the ground is quite slick, but if there are any people there, they didn't leave any footprints. That might be why they left such a slick ground.
Well, I would be looking for things that would signify anything that had human or man or whatever creature interjected. Because if the ground seems slick, as if water was poured on it, I would be looking in the corners and the walls to see if anything else had been modified, carved out, or anything like that.
Okay, so for this check, you spend about 10 minutes looking around this area, and you don't really come across anything.
Okay.
You can continue searching there, or you could go back to the group and tell them that there's nothing ahead.
Is this area big enough that it would be a better place to camp? Is there any benefit to moving to this place? Is there less wind? Is there anything like that?
Much less wind here.
Okay.
There's a slight howling sound. There are more openings in the ceiling, you notice. There are 3 holes. 2 of them are about a meter in diameter, one close to you and one far end, and then there's one in the middle that is about 2 meters in diameter.
Okay, and looking down the tunnel in the direction that I was traveling, is there anything that I can see just off in the distance, doing a perception? Does it bend? Is it just a straightaway? 12, sorry.
Okay, so after the first 10 minutes, you decide to keep looking. And you see that it does bend slightly to the right to an area that you can't quite see, and then it continues on deeper into the mountain.
All right, then I would probably head back and then explain to them everything that I've seen.
Okay, so as you turn to leave the second 10 minutes that you're there, you do hear a subtle a cry, not like a person crying, like the sound of an eagle. But it's in the distance.
Okay. Is there any way, if I were to try to hoist myself up a few meters, what I would like to do is I would have a grappling hook of sorts that could be, or a pith that could be hammered into the wall.
Yep.
Right? Or whatever you said, a pivot. What was it called?
Python. Python? I think it's a python.
I want to do that, and I want to hammer 2 of them as absolute high up as I could reach, and tie a sturdy rope between the 2.
Okay, yeah, you could do that.
Very simply.
So it takes you... Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, and to give anyone who might be wondering my thinking is that if there's no sign of man-made and there's water on the ground, there's a possibility that these holes might be dumping water down into the mountain for whatever reason. Very unlikely, but at the very least I would like to have something higher up to grab onto should water come rushing through in any way, shape, or form. Anyway, so I would do that and then I'd continue back.
Okay, so you're just trying to look up above through the hole.
No, I just want to hammer a little, almost like a grabbable ledge to be able to lift myself off the ground and anyone else who should come through.
If that happens.
If on any rare circumstance we should be able to, not be able to touch the floor or something like that.
Yeah, okay. So you do see, looking at the holes, you do see that there are icicles around the circumference of the holes. So there is a good chance that there's been water passing through. You don't know what from, but yeah.
I'm going to guess some sort of waterfall or some sort of dam breaking or whatever. But I think that I would imagine water came rushing through here, and I think if we don't prepare, we're going to get taken away. So I want to create just a little rope ledge that we can grab onto.
Okay.
And long enough that it would support, again, not much, just hammer 1, tie a rope, go maybe 7 feet, and hammer again into the wall high enough that we could carry ourselves off the ground.
Perfect. So then you head back to the others?
Yeah.
Okay. So after about 45 minutes, Grinner comes back, and Gil says, he still hasn't come to. You see anything up ahead?
And I explained to him exactly what I saw. I said, yeah, look, there was an opening, and I turned to Pent because he's probably still trying to light the fire, or maybe had lit the fire, whatever. But there is significantly less wind there. It's a larger space. We could be a little more comfortable. If you guys want, we can move him there. I think based on the ground level, it might be easy just to drag him there and not hurt him too much, or just carry him. I mean, either way would work. But it's up to you. It's up to you guys. What you guys think?
I think we should look to Imogen for the answer for this one. He seems to know more about healing than any of us.
What you got, Imogen?
Well, actually, Grinner, I think it might actually be to our benefit if you brought me with you and showed me what you saw, and maybe I can take a look at it and assess where I think we're safe for this camp.
Sure. No problem.
Just because my nature lore is pretty good.
Okay. So we do that. I will take Imogen back to the area that
However,
I saw.
can we wait a few minutes? I don't know. Because it actually takes 1 hour to regain 1 to 6 mana points.
Oh, wait 15 minutes? Sure. We will wait 15 minutes.
Yes, okay, so you guys wait 15 minutes, and what is Penth doing? Do you give up on the fire, or are you still trying to start one?
Well, I would make one if I can.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it makes sense to have one. You got to keep him warm so he doesn't go into shock.
Yeah. Okay, so roll cunning.
But it's too many dice. Forget about that die.
Okay.
So 10 plus what?
Cunning.
Cunning, 11.
11. Okay, so lighting the fire is proving to be more difficult than you expected. You can continue to keep trying, or you can...
Okay, I will try to build up the wall again a little bit better, make sure that it is blocked from the wind.
Right, okay.
So that it almost is like a mundane task. An easy task.
True. Putting up the wall proves to be difficult. All right, so I'll give you a +2 bonus. You're trying to beat a 13. So go ahead, cunning roll.
Why do I have so many dice? It just keeps adding on. I have a setting on, I think. I must. Okay, ignore those two.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, I was doing that. I was working from left to right, so I did it successfully.
Yes.
And I will work on my setting to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Okay, so you managed to light a fire. Penth lights this fire, and it's about 15 minutes.
Cool. So then I imagine I will try to make something for us to eat when they get back. If it's taking them, it takes 10 minutes to get there and 10 minutes to get back. So hopefully in 20 minutes I would have cooked some of the venison that I hoped took with us.
Yep. Okay. You guys stole venison from the...
Not all of it, just some of it. I mean, you can't eat all of it.
We taught her how to hunt. She don't need none of that.
Yeah, you also traumatized her by making some dude explode right in front of her.
No, it's okay. You know what?
I've seen way worse in my time.
Oh,
yes. And in truth,
interchange.
she doesn't even need. She doesn't need venison. It's not going to help them.
And it just teaches her to stay away from that ledge where dangerous shelving can fall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we left them lots of lovely lambus bread. Here, take all of our lambus bread.
More lambus bread. More lambus
bread.
What about potatoes?
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Anyway, I show Imogen Poots the place we're going.
Okay, so you get to the same place. Sure enough, there's the rope with the piton attached to it, Peyton. And yeah, there you are.
All right, so I got a 13 for nature lore just to see if it looks dangerous or looks like what the icicle might be from, or whether I think, does it look dangerous to me, or
It looks like a floodplain.
By the looks of it, it doesn't look like there was water coming through here with significant pressure. These icicles are likely formed, rain, drips. It's been slowly adding up to these icicles. Otherwise, there would be a huge dent in the ground where the water was rushing through.
In other words, it looks like this is actually the better place to camp, just less defensible.
Yes, exactly.
It's less defendable?
Well, yeah, because we're under bigger openings.
Is there no opening where we came from?
There are some small openings, yeah. There are definitely less, though.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's less defensible because bigger creatures can come through here.
But I'm more thinking that if if Penth lit a fire with very little openings, is that a bad thing? Are we going to come back and there'll just be billowing smoke from where it cannot escape? And
But that's what I was going to say. So all in all, this looks like the better campsite.
Yeah. Don't kill yourself.
Yes, our smoke going out will be more.
You don't need a big hole. I mean, look at Igloo. Igloos have these little holes. You're fine.
Oh, there we go.
Right, because there was less wind and everything like that, right?
True.
So this does look like the better campsite.
Agreed. I was the one that pitched it. I thought it was a great campsite.
Yes, sir. This seems to be the place to be. It looks pretty safe. Other than, with those big holes up there, larger creatures could come through.
It's like working with data from the Star Trek.
It's pitons. I just found out.
Pitons. All right. So, what do you guys do?
We'll go back and tell them to come.
All right. So you get back and there's some food ready for you.
Would you make us lumber spread?
I made you venison. Enjoy.
Oh, look, more venison. Ooh.
All right, so you guys begin to eat it, and it's a little more rare than you would have.
God damn it, Penn. God damn it.
Well,
you would have done yourself.
I'll stick to the lambus spread. I don't eat meat.
I was gonna say
You don't eat
wanted
meat.
spread.
That explains why you're so small.
I thank you for your efforts, though, Pat.
How do you hope to get strong if you don't eat meat? Nothing?
Yeah.
How can you eat your pudding if you haven't finished your meat?
All right, so are we going to move him or not? Are we going to let him rest, or do you think it's better to move him?
Let's move him. I feel like we've just spent like 20 minutes going back and forth between a place to decide whether to move him. Let's just move him and deal with the consequences later.
All right, so we put him on the blanket, and we carry him.
Okay. So do you want to carry him? Gil offers to hold on to him.
Yeah, we both carry both at one end, and we walk very carefully as to not slip.
And Gil suggests it may be easy to slide him, you know.
I was thinking that, but if there's any bumps, I don't think it's good for his head to bounce around.
Yeah, that's true. Could put something under his head,
If
though.
we have enough blankets, which we should, because we got sleeping bags, we could make a collar.
All right.
Okay, so you rig up a system that you feel pretty confident that he's not going to bounce around.
I just picture Grinner on top, like mushing me and Gil for some reason. This is the only system that made sense.
I have to be on top.
Okay, so you make it to the enwidened passage area, and it looks the same. The pitons, is that what it's called?
Pitons, I forgot.
Pitons are, yeah, they're still there. And where do you guys want to go? Do you want to stay close to the exit? Do you want to go right in the middle? Those snowy areas on the map, if you want to screen share that, Harlan.
Oh, is this what we're looking at? Shite.
Yeah, that's what you're looking at.
Oh.
So can you screen share that for me?
Already on it. Already on it.
Wonderful.
All right. So this is the open area?
Yes, this is the open area. So it's about, as you can see, it's about 3 meters wide. Still not that wide, but much wider than where you were.
Yeah, I'll be right back. If you have to roleplay for me, I'm helpful, but not really.
Oh, we know you by now.
And yeah, there you go. So where do you guys want to go?
And sorry, what did you say the large white things are?
Those are the openings.
Okay. Does it go back to a smaller tunnel?
Yes, at the end of it, it looks like it narrows out again and goes to a smaller tunnel.
This is a lot more open than I was picturing. This does seem like it could be bad to defend against.
Especially since it's on roll 20.
Yeah. No, but I was wrongly picturing more of a square room that we could kind of hide on either side of the tunnel, and kind of defend it, but this makes a lot more sense. I don't know. What do you think, little elf friend?
I honestly, Grinner, I'm not sure why we're spending so much time here. I think we push on through.
That was the first thing I suggested. I thought you guys were against that.
No, it was just that Renner hurt himself. But if we're dragging him, why not drag him through?
Well, we also have the added bonus of Penth being extremely helpful right now. Penth, say, what do you think we should do next? Do you think we should push on through?
I don't know. I
agree. To me, if someone's injured and all they need is to rest, why even sit? Let's keep moving them forward.
Yeah, but maybe he'll hurt himself more.
How? Oh, you're playing Penth?
Maybe he'll slip off the blanket.
Okay, well, if he slips off the blanket, then let's carry him so he doesn't fall.
Well, I'll try to help you guys out, but I won't really.
You're playing him perfectly. No, but I think I didn't realize. I thought both of them were against it. But if the elf agrees as well, then I do think we should probably just keep pushing through as well.
Yes. We might as well try to make it through to the other side. If Renner doesn't survive, then it's his own lack of ability.
Well, okay. Realistically, though, would it hurt him anymore? I mean, if we dropped him, of course, but like if we're just dragging him through the other side, I don't understand how he would be hurt. How he would be any less hurt than he already is? Because realistically, he's already at full health. He just needs to rest to wake up. Like if he was bleeding, and one more hit on the head would just knock him dead completely, then I understand. But at this point, he's at probably close to full health. He just needs time to rest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm in no rush. I'm fed. I don't need to eat. It does look like it's starting to get kind of dark, but we can keep going, I think, until we find an even better spot.
Well, I'd say we should keep on going to hopefully push it. Now, based on, again, because it's tough, because we're not actually there, but how big is this mountain? Would it make sense that we're not going to be out of this mountain for another day, or does it make sense that within an hour we could be out?
Based on the amount...
I left you all alone there.
That's okay. I ended up talking to fake Penth. Faux Penth.
I'm sure he was very agreeable.
Relatively.
He was helpful, but not that helpful. I was trying to go with that. You've been traveling. You've been in this passage for about 45 minutes of walking. You figure that if you're going to get to the other side, this is a spine. This is the biggest part of the Frostbacks, the widest mountains, the tallest mountains. You figure it's going to be at least another 2 hours, depending on how much this passage is winding or how straight it is.
Okay, so that's totally reasonable. I was thinking that maybe it would have to be like a day of traveling, like Mines of Moria type stuff. So, no, this is perfect. So my vote would be then if it's 2 more hours, I say we just push on.
That's at least 2 more hours, I'll point out, though.
At most, then, would be what, 4?
You don't know, because the path is very windy. You have no way of knowing. This part isn't on his map because it is a detour, so you don't know. You could find a slope and just slide down, and it could be done in 2 hours exactly. But
can I create a pulley system to pull the elf up through one of those holes so he can poke up and look?
The holes are only about 15 meters high.
Perfect.
Or no, not 15 meters, 15 feet high.
Perfect. Then I will just toss them up there.
Dwarf tossing with elves.
Elf tossing. Well, okay. What do you think, Imogen?
I'm gonna run to the bathroom quickly myself.
Okay.
Be right back.
Okay. What do you think, Imogen?
So, can I stand on the spikes and see out? Am I tall enough to do that?
That's what I was thinking, right? Like to get you up there, but realistically, he
Because basically,
says.
if you can reach them, then I could stand on your shoulders to stand on them.
Mm-hmm.
And worst case scenario, put in a few more and climb up.
Well, yeah, I don't think it'd be hard to push out. But then the other question I'm asking myself is, look, he said there's probably around 2 hours before we're out of this cave. Maximum like 4 hours. Maybe we just push through it and just go to the other side.
That's what I would do.
Then
I don't know why we're spending so much time here if our goal is to get to the other side.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not the one being cautious. I was the one that wanted to scout ahead. So then let's do it. Let's just push on through as soon as he comes back.
And when he comes back, we'll just let him know we're done.
Exactly. Perfect. All right, well, let's spend this time talking about the Invictus stream. Viewers, people who are watching this post and during, thank you so much for watching. We're continuing, don't get me wrong, we're not done yet. But, if you have any suggestions for us during this game or suggestions and anything else we're doing or corrections, you can tweet us at INVICTUS Stream is our Twitter handle. You can go to our YouTube. And again, if you like this, please like and subscribe to our other videos. We also post gameplay videos of video games and things of that ilk. In fact, today I posted a video for a first impressions of a game called Sunless Sea, which was actually a pretty interesting game that's currently on Steam. It came out at the beginning of this month. If you want to check that out and check out kind of my feelings and first impressions on it, the link I'll put the link below. It's also just on our YouTube channel. I've also did a video for a game called Strafe, which was recently on Kickstarter, and it just reached its 100%. I think it probably has about 10 hours to go at the time of this video being filmed. So if you want to check that out and back that, it might be a game you're interested in. So other than that, if you like all that stuff, please follow, like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff, and join us every Wednesday to check it out. Justin's back now. I'm not ending it. I was just doing this as an opportunity to talk a little bit about.
No, I figured.
Perfect. But again, if you guys have suggestions for other things that you want to see us do, in regards to role-playing, character creation, this is a channel that we're dedicating to all the stuff, the nerdy stuff that we just love doing. So
I've got an idea.
Ooh.
What's that?
Well, I would suggest we all keep little buckets below our tables so that we can just pee there and not have to leave to do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's dedication.
I'm just trying to help.
Ben, I can one step up you there. I work in a nursing home, and diapers or catheters. Have access to catheters. So if you guys, it's high tech. They're clean. They're sanitary. They're easy to dispose of. It's
just like the elderly themselves. Minus the sanitary part.
Oh, jeez. I'm so offended right now.
Good. Oh, and look at that. Perfect timing. Penth is back in black. So, Penth, when you were gone,
for all the help you provided.
we decided to kill you. No. But one of the things that the Elf and I discussed was that personally we would like to keep pushing, not bother stopping, because as the mountain kind of size would dictate, we could be out of this in under 2 hours. We could be out of this in a little over 4 hours, but pushing through might be an easy solution. So that's where we're at. What do you think?
What do we hope to find on the other side?
Exit.
But then don't we have to keep pushing anyways at that point?
We would, but we could at least be camping out in the open as
and
opposed
be
to in a tunnel.
closer to our goal.
All right, if you think it's safe to move him, then let's do it.
Okay.
Because I think, and again, tactically, by the way that we've now seen this area, it doesn't seem like it's the easiest to defend. It's got 3 holes in the ceiling, and it's got... What's that?
Oh, my laptop's frozen.
Oh, frozen in a sexy position. Let's see. Come on.
No, I've got you with your tongue sticking out slightly, so yes, it's... Oh, now you're grumpy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go. There we go.
Grumpy was he was the dwarf I played. No, but personally, I think it might be better to get out to the other side.
Sure.
At least we're out in the open. We can see where people are coming from if we are attacked, and I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
So I got 10 as far as a healing check goes to just see whether or not I feel like he's safe to keep moving.
Oh, this is a heal check, not a.
Yeah, I'm
not
just
spell?
trying to assess whether or not he looks like he's safe to move.
That's good. Yeah, he looks safe. The rig that you've set up seems like it's doing the trick.
I'm sorry, did you say the rape that I set up?
The rig. The rig.
Oh, the rig, okay.
You know.
You don't set up rape, it just happens.
Horrible, horrible. Okay, so you guys keep going. And you make it about 6 meters, not very far, before you hear a thud behind you.
It's behind us, so let's keep moving.
We're past it. We're safe now.
You don't turn and look back.
No,
look
but
That's
Yes,
hilarious.
we look back. We turn to look back, of course.
Okay.
I want to block the tunnel behind us.
So turning to look back, you see a large man, very muscular, bulky, who is on the ground, did a very dramatic leap onto the ground from the first hole, which is behind you now, by the way. Your characters should be moved forward about 6 squares.
Hells yeah, so that was a bad place to stop.
So you guys should be right about there. Or that's where Grinner should be.
Right there?
I'm there.
Grinner should be one more up.
Why?
So he basically should be in front of me.
And then, I guess he'll be on the other side of Renner.
Yeah.
Go back. There, yeah. Okay, so you hear a thud behind you. You see a large man. He's got shocker red hair. Looks like Conan the Barbarian, dressed like Conan the Barbarian.
But acts like Conan O'Brien.
Acts like Conan
I was
O'Brien.
going to say, but he's got Conan hair.
Yeah. Shocker red hair. All right, so he
How
is
do I
right
see
here.
my guy around.
There is a little square to the, like outside of the box.
Yeah.
Ah. It's a scary looking mofo. Alright, so let's run. Yeah, I'll do the same.
Okay, and everybody roll for initiative.
But we're running.
So?
You still have to roll.
To
This
see if
guy
we can act
fell
before we
and
run.
attacked us.
Oh, yeah.
Feel like that's convenient as soon as we decided to move on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perception?
Oh, dexterity.
Dexterity? Is that initiative?
Yeah.
Then 10.
Okay, so we've got 14. Oh, 18. And then we've got 10, and we have 9.
Yeah, nothing added.
Okay. Yes. All right, that's perfect. So the order is this. The round order will be Penth, then Grinner, then Imogen, then it will be the Barbarian, and then it will be Gil. But because you guys didn't do a perception check, he's got a round of surprise on you.
Ooh, metagaming. He said they have.
Shut up.
When would we have done a perception check, though?
When you guys were standing there, you guys decided to move on, and you didn't do a perception check when you were saying, "Oh, okay, yeah, we could stay here, or we could move on."
Yeah, we just went.
Pretty much the whole time that Chris was away, you could have done a perception check.
You guys didn't play my character right. Thanks, guys.
Yes. I'm sorry.
I was playing him.
We could have every 5 minutes been like, wait, roll perception. Just wait. Hold on. We've talked for 5 minutes. Roll perception again.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to suggest
Let's
it.
do this. Do it.
Isn't there like a passive perception?
More importantly, when you rewatch this video, you'll see that you, Harlan and Justin, drink simultaneously. It's wonderful. It's synchronized.
Ooh.
What? Are you drinking beer too, Harlan?
No, it's a work night. What are you, an animal? Yes? I'll take that as a yes.
Yes. All right.
Let's move on.
So, the barbarian lands on the ground, and he draws his axe, a large battle axe from his back, getting it ready.
That's a major action.
That's a minor action. Moving, jumping down here was a major action. And he whistles between his teeth, and you hear another thud coming from the west side, which is the opposite side. And you guys, there, boom. You guys see another smaller man jump down this hole.
Of course.
All right. And he draws a spear and readies it at you.
Can you cast any sort of fireball?
Shut up.
I'm just asking you.
I can heal them.
No.
Okay. And that's it. Now we're at the beginning of the turn order.
So Penth.
Yes.
All right, I draw my
Just talk to them.
No. Yeah, that's a good point.
I have
What
communication.
do you have with us?
I have a communication +4, and I'm planning on talking to them. If you wanted to defer until I go.
I'll pull my sword out, seeing that he pulled his battle axe out, and I will ready to attack when he runs in.
Okay, so you're not gonna try to talk to him.
Nope, I will move here with my bastard sword ready.
Okay, so you step in front of him. Dramatic. I'm picturing a very dramatic look. He is about a foot taller than you. He is at least 7 feet tall. He's
A
huge.
worthy challenge.
That's right. As you note, I did take out my sword. I'm not going to fight him with my bare hands.
Mm-hmm. And he nods at you respectfully and smiles, and you can see he's missing some teeth.
Is he a hillsman?
Yes, he looks like a hillsman. He's
More savage.
He actually is not wearing sleeves right now. What you see in that little token looks pretty much like him, and yeah, he's very well attuned to the weather, which you assume only an Avar could be.
Okay.
And he's as big as only you've seen Avars to be, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, next is Grinner.
All right. Now, did you defer, or you just?
I
ready?
defer. I'm waiting for him to move, and if he makes an aggression, then I will chop his balls off.
Good call. Then I will also remove my bow and ready an arrow, but I will talk to them, and I'll say, men, even though you have tried to attack first, we mean you no harm and only wish safe passage through this tunnel.
And they don't seem they acknowledge that you're talking. The big man looks up from Penth and cocks his head to the side somewhat, and then shakes his hair back and forth, but doesn't respond.
Sexily?
Very, very sexily, actually.
Pantene Pro V.
Oh, yes. Oh.
And what does the other man do?
The other man is just staring you down. He's got a very intense look. He's much younger looking. He doesn't have any gray in his hair as the shocker red-haired guy has. He looks to be maybe around 20 years old.
Do they look like they understand the king's tongue?
The common tongue?
Yeah.
No.
No, then okay. Then
We speak
instead,
the trade language.
Trade, yeah.
trade tongue, yeah, aka king's tongue. So I put down my bow. Then, if they don't look like they understand it, and I kind of make a symbol and I say, "Look," and I point to where we want to go, and I kind of like flash the and I make this symbol in front of my arrow and kind of point it down again and say, and I just kind of point. We want to go. No hassle. We want to go. And I kind of take a half step forward to signify that we don't want any trouble.
All right, where is your half step? Move your character.
All right.
The half step is a move.
It's not. No, I don't want to move then. I only want to like lean forward to signify that I want to continue forward without hassle.
You're not using it tactically. You're using it dramatically.
Exactly. I'm doing it, and then yeah.
And you're doing it towards the big one or the small one?
No, whichever one was. Well, I guess the big one. I'd be doing it, so I'd probably turn my character around a little bit, as I said.
Okay.
But I wouldn't want to put my back to him, so I'd stand like this, kind of glancing back and forth at either. And kind of be talking and being like, look, none of this, none of this, none of this, and I want to signify money, but I have.
Okay.
So I pull out a silver piece from my pocket as well.
Yeah.
Which again, I mean, and I would kind of be like this, and I would show a silver piece, and I put on the ground and I set it down to my feet, and then I take a half step towards the exit, and I point and I say. And I kind of point to it, and I point to that again.
Okay.
And then I turn to the party and I kind of say, "Let's go."
Do a communication check.
Okay.
See if he understood you.
I make it as damn clear as possible. This for you. I want to go.
Now, what would he roll for that? That would be a cunning check, I guess.
An idiot check. Oh, give me a fucking break. 9.
But you got a dragon die.
Oh, I did. So 9, and then whatever a 2 would give me.
Okay, so he actually does seem to understand what you're saying. He seems like he's smarter than you expected. He got a good cunning roll, and he looks at the silver piece on the ground, and he lets out a bellowing laugh, a very deep, resounding laugh. And as he laughs, you see. His teeth, the teeth that he has, they look like they've been sharpened.
Cannibals.
They're pointy teeth, almost like a wolf. And he shakes his head vigorously and smiles an evil grin at you, licking his lips.
And then in the trade tongue, I go, "You're a fucking piece of shit, and I'm going to watch you die." And then I notch an arrow again, because it already was notched. And then I wait.
Okay, all right, so you've got it notched. And next is Imogen.
Well, I mean, I can't, because that was my turn, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All right, I just moved just a little closer to Renner.
Okay.
And Hen, please, if you speak their language, please let them know there's no honor in battling us. We already are a man down.
Pants, tell this guy to fuck off and die. I want to kill him now.
You suggest that we are no challenge to them?
I'm suggesting that a boy and an unconscious man are no challenge to them.
Perhaps
they
you're
would
right.
find honor in battling you.
I talk to him. I say, "Listen, for you to fight my injured companion and this little boy, it's beneath us. Perhaps just me and you can battle, and whoever wins that deserves the right to free passage."
What language are you saying this in?
Trade tongue.
Trade tongue.
He doesn't speak trade tongue.
Only language I know.
Roll communication. I mean, you're doing
He must
gestures.
speak, if he's a Varian, that's the only language we know.
Maybe he's not an Avarian.
Oh, I learned how to spin my guy around. Yay.
And there was much rejoicing.
12.
12. Okay, and
But I think it's a gamble. I'm gambling with him.
okay, so he rolled for cunning to see if he understood you, and it doesn't.
I'm actually going to mock him. I'm saying, we don't need these weapons. We'll see who can fight better with their bare hands.
Okay, so he looks at your hands, and he looks at his axe, and he shrugs his shoulders, And he shakes his head. No. You no. Go.
Very well, and I that's when I take my attack.
Okay. So, roll.
So 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 2, 14. Is 14?
Yes. Yep, that hits.
Okay, and then to look at the stunts, can you guys help me out? I don't have it open right away.
Sure,
Okay,
buddy, we can
for
help you out.
3 stunt points, you can make a second attack against the same enemy or a different one within range.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do damage first. Is he wearing armor?
Yes, he is wearing armor.
Is
Okay,
it
in that
8?
case, I want to find a chink in his armor and have his armor do half the effect.
So you're doing pierce armor.
Yes. How many points does that take?
It depends on what kind of armor he's wearing.
No, it takes two points to pierce the armor.
2 stun points. Okay, so I'll
So
do
you
that.
still have 1 left over.
Oh, I see.
And can I knock him prone with the last one?
No, you can either move him or move
I'll do
yourself.
I'll move him.
Okay.
Okay, so here's my roll for damage. So 5, 6, 7, 8 damage, but on pierced armor, so whatever his negation would be negated by half.
Okay.
And then I will try to shift him 1 square. Or however many squares. I think it's 1 square per point.
Well, it's 2 yards, so it would
Be
Yeah.
1 square. Yeah. So I'm going to shift him. I'm going to shift him actually. I think I'm going to shift him into the wall.
Okay.
If I can, just the square above him. And then I will move my character shift 1 there.
All right. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Actually, I keep him here, so I kind of like.
No. You can only keep him there because it's only the standard action. It's only the attack that you prepared.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right. I can't shift.
No.
Okay.
But
so
you can
what-
make your second lightning attack.
Or no, he doesn't have that.
Oh, right. You didn't do that. Okay, never mind.
So
Sorry,
I
what were
did
you gonna ask?
I did 9 damage, and his armor's
Half.
halved.
Halved. Okay. Perfect. So, you swing your sword into him, and he tries to deflect it with his axe, but he doesn't quite get it up in time, and you gash a long, thick gash against his arm, and he stumbles over to the side, slipping on the ice a bit. And, yeah, that's the result of that. Good job. Next is... Was that the end of your turn, Imogen? Or did you have anything else? You had some stuff to do, right?
Oh, that would be the end of what I did right now.
Because you spoke to Penth.
Yeah, because again, I'd be basically waiting to see if we end up attacking or not. So
Gotcha.
I'm good.
Okay.
Until next round.
All right. So then it's them. The big barbarian reaches over with his free hand and wipes the blood, and he sniffs it, and he licks it off of his fingers. And he smiles at you
Just convince him to eat himself.
as he brings his axe over and swings it at your head. Okay, and he gets a 15 to hit.
And I think that's good.
Your defense is 13.
Oh, yes, that's good.
Okay. Okay, so then he rolls for damage. You take 11 damage, minus whatever armor you're wearing.
Okay.
Are you wearing the plate armor from last game?
No, I can't. I don't have training in it.
Oh.
I think you took it.
No, I didn't take it.
I didn't take it either.
Well, then I
sorry.
did take it.
Did you say 11 damage, Justin?
11 damage minus your armor.
Okay.
Which is 7, so 4 damage. It is 7, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, and next, Grinner.
What about Gil?
No, you feel something pierce your shoulder. And you turn and you see an arrow sticking out of it, just barely under the flesh. And you take 7 damage minus your armor.
Jesus. So I would take 3 damage.
And so you don't know where the arrow came from. Likely it came from somewhere above you.
Oh, it's not even fucking this guy?
No, he's holding a spear.
Oh, god damn it. Stupid cannibals. Give them Renner and let's go.
All right, so this man runs towards you. He has a speed of 9, so that's 4 squares. 2, 3, 4, and he's... Yeah. So he's going to charge. So he runs up this way and then he charges. So he gets to move half his speed, round it down, and then he makes a melee attack against you.
Oh, the spear's right in your head.
Oh man.
Oh, sorry about that. Here, 1 second. There we go.
I'm good.
Okay. Wow, okay, so he looks very skilled, and he rolled a natural 17.
Funny how your rolls are never on screen.
Yeah, it is funny.
Harlan, he wants your character dead.
Naturally, 2 of those are 6s, and he gets 5 stunt points.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Stunt die. Yeah, so...
Just tell me the total. Just...
You take 9 damage, and he is going to do an extra 1d6, so 11 damage total, and he is going to trip you. He's going to knock you prone.
Why not?
And you fall to the ground right where you are. He doesn't do an extra skirmish.
Alright, so a total of 11 damage, yeah?
Yes, 11 damage, and you are prone.
Yay.
Alright, and that is their turn. We are at Gil, and Gil grabs the rig, and he runs with Renner over to the wall here.
Gil, get back here and fight, you dick!
And you see him slinking across the wall, trying to protect Renner. He has his crossbow. He's getting his crossbow out, but you can tell he wanted to get out of the way. I wanted to get out of the way, Grinner!
No shit, we all want to get out of the way. No one wants to be shot.
Okay, so we're back at this is round 2, I guess, technically, and we're at Penth.
Alright, I will clobber him one more time. So 9, 10, 11, 12.
12, and that hits. You're good.
Okay, I will take a defensive stance instead, actually, if that's okay.
Instead of attacking?
No, I'll hit this round, yep. 8 plus 11 damage.
11 damage.
Bing! Phone, Mike.
Okay, and you didn't roll any dragon... Okay, no stunt points. So, yeah, do you want to describe that at all?
Sure. After taking a blow, we're exchanging blows. I see that he's a little bit bigger than me, so I'm going to act a little bit more nimble as best I can. And I instead of going for a big strike, two-handed strike. I take one-handed strike and I bring it across his thigh to slow him down.
Ouch. Okay. So your sword connects, and there's a long gash in his right thigh. It doesn't look to be hindering him at all, but the blood spills onto the ice, tainting it.
Making it slippery?
Making it even more slippery, yes. That's true. Okay. Next is...
Me!
Gruna.
Alright, so I'm knocked prone. I'm going to grab my dagger very easily from my easily boot, adjusted easy boot, easy grab.
Okay, so readying your dagger is a minor action.
Then I will use the arrow tip that I already have ready, and I'll stab it into his foot.
Okay, cool.
Pinning him to the spot, because otherwise I got nothing. And then I'm going to try to slide out.
Nice. Kick off him and slide off.
That's what I want to do.
Cool.
So, what doth I roll?
Roll. It's an improvised weapon. It doesn't have the same sturdiness as a dagger, so I think technically it's 1d6 divided by 2 for damage. But you are rolling...
1d6 minus 1.
Roll as if it's a
Dexterity
dagger.
to attack.
9. Do I get any plus because I'm already at his feet?
No, in fact, he gets a plus against you.
That's only when he's attacking.
Yeah, when he's attacking. But no, you don't get a plus to hit him, unfortunately.
Being at his feet, I don't get anything?
No. You can be right in front of him, but...
Then I go...
Because he river dances.
And I just push off him and I slide away into the wall.
Okay. And actually, this is a good time to bring up a few things that I wanted to talk about in combat. So you're staying prone, right?
I will have to, yeah, because I don't have any actions to stand up.
So I've got 3 quick things. Arcane Lance, I was reading up on it, and I think Arcane Lance actually uses normal stunts.
Oh, as in standard stunts? Okay.
Yes, standard stunts instead of spell stunts.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of spell stunts that don't make sense for it, like the mana one. Also, I am... Attacks of opportunity were a big thing in Dungeons & Dragons. I'm nixing them for Dragon Age.
Okay.
Yes. No attacks of opportunity. And the reason is I find that they encourage very stale combat. You feel... You hesitate if you want to move away from something and you say, oh, I want to do this and it'd be really cool, but I can't because I don't want to risk the attack.
Totally agree.
I'm going to get rid of those. And then lastly, minor actions. I know you guys are familiar with your minor actions, but you know, stuff like aiming, it gives +1 to your attack. It's a minor action and it gives you +1, you might as well. And yes, preparing something, as we learned with the dagger, taking the dagger out, uses a minor action as well. And
Aiming is only for ranged attacks?
What, preparing something?
No, so I can aim anytime I want to swing at a person?
Aim is
melee attack or ranged attack.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I thought you guys might want to know about that. And also keep in mind the attack roll modifiers. Try to get into cover as much as possible. If the attacker is on higher ground, they get +1 to the attack. If you're outnumbering someone, if you're ganging up on someone, it's +2. And if you knock someone unconscious and they're unaware of the attack, it's +3. All right?
Cool.
Awesome. All right, back to the action. So Gritter slides himself over against the wall of ice.
I do that.
The spearman turns and watches as you do it.
And I give him the middle finger as I do it, just sliding backwards. I'm like, fuck you, bitch!
You see a flicker of rage across his face.
Good. I grab my crotch, too, and I shake it at him.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, that's so,
next is...
Imogen.
Yes, Imogen.
Imogen Poots.
Okay. I will move here.
Anticipation. There we go.
Anticipation.
fish.
And I guess at this point, I'm gonna mind blast the spear guy.
Okay, go ahead. Roll for spell power. Or your magic test.
Only because I don't want to knock over. 10. Ooh. Oh well, that's just the spell power one, so that doesn't really count, right? Does it?
No. Not for spell power. He's trying to beat a number. So yes, you beat your number.
Yeah. And now I gotta actually. Oh, so what happens with this strength versus spell power?
Okay, so he's going against that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strength
Okay.
versus spell power.
So you managed to knock him over.
Beautiful.
He does not beat that.
All right. So on his next turn, he cannot take a major action.
Perfect.
Yeah. Which guy did you knock over? Big boy?
The guy with the spear.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
All right. So that took me.
I nod at you as you do that. I'm like, yeah, I nod. Just knowingly.
All right.
Be me.
Perfect. So next turn, next is the big guy. So the big guy takes a swing at you, and you can tell he's putting all of his might into it because he grunts and he swings his battle axe at you. Oh, I'll show you guys.
Yes, you did.
There
that
you
way.
kicked your butt. Okay, so
Why do you have all those used condoms on your desk?
what I do in my spare time is none of your business.
But it is when half of them are mine.
Well, I thought that was between me and you.
Half rounded up, I should say.
Okay, so he hits, I'm assuming, and he's got some stunt points. So he is going to do a mighty blow. So he'll do his attack first. His damage. So you take 5 damage plus the mighty blow, 11 damage.
Nice. Minus my armor.
Minus your
So
armor.
five more damage.
Yep.
Cool.
So you're at 22, right?
Let's see. No. I'm at 26.
26. Because you took 3 damage the time before?
No, I took 5 damage.
The first time?
Yeah, I can keep track.
Okay, so then... Oh, right. I know why. I've been taking it off the wrong one.
But if you look at roll 20, you can see my health bar go down slowly.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. So, yes, so he hits you, and he did the mighty blow, and he's going to knock you back.
Good.
He's going to knock you prone first, and kick you back.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. So you are prone, and you are knocked back there.
Prone to diarrhea.
Okay. And the guy with the spear stands up. And
Cries himself to sleep.
he takes a step towards you.
He can stand up and do that in the same action?
Yep, but he's not going to attack you.
Why does he get to do that, though?
Because he can't take a major action, but he can take 2 minor actions. Move is a minor action.
Fair enough.
I'm not making that shit up. Okay, and last, what is your... I guess you've got cover. So you guys, yeah, okay. So you hear another arrow, and your defense right now, you've got cover. You've got light cover because the man is standing in front of you. So you get a minus. The person gets a -2 to attack. Whoever's above you right now.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Who's attacking me?
the same person who shot an arrow at you before.
Yeah, but I was standing under it before.
Mm-hmm. There's an angle that she can still get you, but you do have cover. And it, yeah.
Well, my whole reason for sliding away was to get out of that person's line of sight.
Yes, you are still in their line of sight, but you do have extreme cover. So you get a minus. The attacker gets a -3 to attack.
Is there an area very close to me that I would have been out of line of sight?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the best spot to be in to minimize the damage.
Ooh.
Or minimize the chance. So she got a 10, -3, so 7, plus her dexterity. So what's your defense?
11.
Okay, so arrow hits the wall behind you, misses, but you're good. And yes, that's that round. Gil, he's got his crossbow loaded, and he fires it at the guy who's standing next to him. Do you guys remember if there's any penalty for doing ranged attack next
Up
to someone?
close? I don't know.
I don't believe in this game.
No, I don't think so. So we'll go with that. We'll play it this way. No attacks of opportunity. Okay, so he hits, and he does... okay, so the bolt hits, and blood starts to spew from the wound in this man's chest.
This guy's got a womb in his chest?
He's got a wound in his chest.
Got the reactor.
Okay.
You drinking milk?
Sort of.
Weird.
Whoa.
All right, next is Penth.
Well, the guy with the arrow's pissing me off a lot. So what I'm going to try to do is... Oh, you know, I don't know if I'll... I might be able to. I use it as a major action. So I'm going to stand up, a minor action.
Okay.
And I'm going to run towards the big guy. And if I could do that kind of Muay Thai climb up him kind of thing.
Okay.
And jump and try to get to the ledge and pull myself up.
So this will be an acrobatics versus his dexterity.
Versus his dexterity?
Yes. Because he's trying to catch you, right? He's trying to stop you.
Sure.
So he's got to be quick.
So it's like my dexterity versus his dexterity.
Pretty much, unless you've got the acrobatics focus.
I have climbing. Does that help? I am climbing him very quickly.
Yeah, I'll let it go. I'll let it work.
Nice.
Nice.
I got 16.
16. He got 15 plus 1. So, it goes to the attacker. You managed to do it.
Nice.
You climb up him, and he gets a hold of your ankle, but you manage to jump off just in time before he can grasp onto you.
And I imagine I don't have any... I have a minor action, right, left? Because you get 2 minors and a major?
No, just 1 minor, 1 major.
Okay, well then I will just pull myself up, obviously, and roll it on as inconspicuously as I can. And
Okay.
I do, and just look around.
So you're trying to be stealthy as well?
Yeah, so I'm going to be up top.
Okay. Well, here, I'll let me see. So you'd be here, right? So you jumped off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're up top. So here, I'll give you the symbol for that. That's the, whoops.
He deleted you!
Whoops.
You don't
Whoops.
exist
What
anymore!
did I do? What did I do? But you weren't able to pull yourself up all the way. You're still prone.
Oh
Like, you
yeah,
crawled up?
I figured I'd be lying on, like, I kind of pulled myself up and rolled over, so I'm now lying on the edge.
Right. Okay, perfect. So, yes, you are up in this square now.
Yep.
Okay, and the little tower means that you are above everybody.
Cool.
Okay, next is Grinner.
All right. So is there a penalty to shooting a bow at this guy's face?
No.
Then I will stand up and I will shoot a bow at his face.
Okay.
And take a minor to aim it.
Well, no, because I have to. I would kill him with my short sword, but the problem is because I need to stand up.
Yeah, he's only got the one minor, so he has to stand up with the minor.
All right, so I'll stand you up.
Here, I can screen share. There, Harlan. Need to.
Okay. Hello?
Grinner?
Okay, we may have lost Grinner. He should be back in a bit, but that's the Invictus stream, so hopefully you guys can still watch this if you guys are watching. Everybody else is still there.
We're still live.
Yeah, mine does too. And you're still good there, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So let's maybe defer. Who's next in the round?
That would be me.
Yes, okay, so let's go to Imogen, and he will take his turn as quickly as possible whenever he gets back.
All right. Well, I'm going to, I guess, walking bomb the big guy.
Okay. Nice.
Oop, hang on. Let's try that again. 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I'm not. I'm going to waste that mana.
All right, what are you at now?
I have 4 points left.
Okay, so it fizzles out.
And in that case, then I'm also... What would I do here? Actually, I would probably stay where I am. But I will use a minor to aim, because I will probably Arcane Lance my next shot.
All right.
This stream is no longer presenting.
That's okay. We're still live.
Okay.
All right. So, sorry, what was your minor action? I was distracted.
Just to aim my staff to prepare Arcane Lance.
Okay, so your next turn you will get a +1 to your attack because
Yes,
of
sir.
aid. Wonderful. Next is the barbarians. So, seeing that you jumped up, he is going to try to jump up as well. No, he's not tall enough. He's not quite tall enough. So instead of jumping up, he's going to take a step towards you, Imogen, and he's going to take a swing at you.
Sorry.
But seriously, I'm like Veal.
Yeah, but he sees you moving your arms and
Oh, I'm saying he's delicious.
funky stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm Veal.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, you are Veal, basically. There's you, and then there's the guy who you don't even have to kill next to you. So. Okay, but what is your defense?
It's a massive 10, so go ahead and try.
Okay, so a tie goes to the attacker, so he does hit.
Yep.
And you take 7 points of damage.
And I will take that 7. And that's it. I'll just take it.
Okay, fair enough. And the lady, she's going to fire at Gil.
It's a lady.
I don't know. You don't know. You don't know that. Okay, next. Yes, you're back.
I'm back. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, that was weird. So we deferred, and now it's your turn. So we carried on. Nobody attacked you or anything like that. But for right now, it's your turn.
The best not of.
So you stood up. You were going to fire at him, right?
I stood up and I was going to fire at him, yep. And I did. And I succeeded, and it was awesome.
I I don't remember that part.
Guys, I just missed out on some. Be sympathetic to me, please.
So far what you've missed is the Barbarian took a charge at Imogen and hit him with his battle axe.
Sucks. Sorry, Imogen. How much did you get hit for?
7 damage.
Don't worry about it. I'm good. 7 points.
No, I have to worry about you. You know why? Still don't trust you and I hate you. Forgot that I used to like you, but now I don't anymore.
Why don't you like Imogen?
Because I asked him so many times to trust me and he just didn't, so I can't trust him. Okay, let's roll this shit out. I'm going to attack him with my short bow, which is already notched. I've had that arrow notched for goddamn ever. It was. I kept saying every time, I'm like, oh, I notched the arrow, I notched the arrow. And I don't think I've hit a single person this entire fucking campaign.
No.
Were you
So
aiming?
3, 4, 1. What is that?
9.
And you were aiming?
That is
No,
goddamn
you did aim. But
don't I get like a bonus for like 5 people in the room or something like that?
you outnumber him 2 to 1 right now.
So that bumps me up to 10.
Plus 1 bonus. I don't think there's anything else I can give you.
So I don't hit him with 10?
No, you don't hit him with 10.
Right in fucking front of me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard. I mean, you just stood up and, pulling back the arrow. It's pretty obvious.
I
You
know.
can see it
Just-
come
And he does this.
Yeah, there you go.
Why? I'm so glad I rushed back.
And then hits you with a spear.
Okay, well, it is one of their turns, and she's going to fire. My God, this is amazing. And she's going to hit Gil, actually, with her arrow, and she gets some stunts. And Gil is going to take... Oh. Gil takes 10 damage. She's going to knock him prone. And she's going to do lightning attacks. So she's going to attack again. So Gil is now on the ground. No, Gil. Poor Gil. Not all Gil, please. Anybody
Has he
but
done
old Gil.
anything?
And yeah, he fired an arrow at someone.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, he actually, I think he's the only one who's done damage to the spear guy so far. So she does her lightning attack, and she's aiming at you this time, Grinner.
Yay. Wait, who's doing a lightning attack?
The arrow person.
Oh.
Oh wait, can she do that? No, she can't do that.
Damn straight she can't.
She has to
She
reload,
needs-
right?
Yeah, she needs to reload. So what she's going to do instead is she's going to do piercing armor on Gil.
Poor Gil.
Yeah. All right. So Gil takes his damage, and next we have it's his turn. So on the ground, he rolls over and he notches his crossbow, but that's all he can do this round, really. Oh no, he stands up. Actually, no, he likes it on the ground. He stands up. All right. So Gil is back up. But that's all he can really do. All right, next round, Penth.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to. What do I see up top?
So up top, you see it's quite windy up here once again, and there's a lot of snow obscuring your vision. But you do see that there is a figure, a lean figure, at the edge of the big opening to the passage below, and she's just pulling an arrow out of her quiver and loading it into her bow.
Can I approach her from behind and push her in?
You can try to. It's going to take at least 2 move actions to get to her, I believe. Because your speed is... What is your speed?
Very, very fast.
13 minus 3, so 10, right?
Yeah.
So you can move 5 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can get next to her if you want to.
I would do that, and I want to kick her into the hole.
Okay. So you can charge at her, or you can do stealthily. Charging gives you...
+1 to attack, but I will do it stealthily because I don't like her because she's using a bow cowardly like.
Nice.
So I will stealth at her, and this seems weird, but if I could actually make a noose out of my rope and slip it, so I'm going to take a round to aim, I guess, and make a noose. I'm going to try to stealth, okay?
Okay.
Get up close behind her, make a noose, and slip it over and kick her in.
Okay. I will let you even, just for cinematic effect, you can make the noose as you're moving over there.
Okay, so as long as I get the stealth, I can slip it over?
As long as you get the stealth, you can make it while you're moving there. You don't have to take a minus action.
So here's the stealth roll.
Okay.
Nice. So 10, 15, plus, 50, 18.
Okay. So she doesn't seem to notice you.
Then I will do my attack.
Okay. Well, actually, you had to stand up, right? So you had to get up, and then you had to move over there.
Okay. So that's it, eh?
Yeah, that's your turn.
Okay. But she still doesn't know I'm there.
She doesn't know you're there.
Okay.
Okay. If you can continue to maintain your stealth for the next attack,
I don't necessarily
then
need
you'll
to
get a
keep my
bonus.
stealth. I don't necessarily need to keep my stealth next turn. I just need to make the attack next turn.
Yeah.
Because at this point I'm close enough. Now I just got to make the attack.
That's true. That's true. But if you do it stealthily, you get a bonus to your attack.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So next is Grinner.
All right. Well, time to take out the trash, so to speak, and finally fucking hit something. So I'm gonna take out my short sword because I am inches away from this asshole's face, and I'm going to cut off his fucking head. And I'm going to do it because that's good. That's a good roll. It's a good roll.
And you get 2 stun points. Yes, you make contact, and yeah.
I don't get stun points.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, you
5?
can give it to me.
Wait, is it 5 or is that 6?
It's
It's a
whatever
6.
you want it to be.
Whatever, 5. Okay, but that's good. You do make contact, and roll for damage.
I'm going to roll for damage, and I got 1d6 plus 2. The lowest amount possible. I hit him for 3.
So you connect with his armor, and it doesn't seem to go through.
Awesome.
That's me wiping away a tear.
You're crying.
Imogen.
How do I feel?
All right. So what I'm going to do is going to lose that +1 I had for aiming.
Okay.
I'm going to dive through, slide between his legs, and as I'm sliding, roll over on my back as I'm sliding and shoot Arcane Lance.
I like it. Okay, we'll make it happen.
Thank you.
Why can't Can't you just like me killing a guy? Like.
Okay, well, no, he can have the opportunity to do it. The ground is ice, so being able to move like that wouldn't be terribly difficult.
I think it should be a dexterity check. The same way that I had to run up the guy, he has to dive through him.
Okay, yes, I agree. So it's going to be an opposed dexterity check, but I'm going to give you a bonus because I like the idea, and I'm going to, yeah, so just roll for that, but that's it.
Dragon died that stunt.
All right, so this is the dexterity acrobatics check that you seem
So I
to
got 11.
do okay. So he got 2 3s and a 4, which means he got 11, which means the tie goes to the defender.
Yay!
No, goes to that.
Or the attacker, sorry.
Yeah. All right. Then I will shoot my Arcane Lance.
Yep, go for it.
All right. So, what is it? It's a Arcane Lance check. So it's a magic test.
Yep.
So 15.
15 versus his defense.
Do I add my magic or no?
I think you do. Here, Arcane Lance. 16 yards, 1d6 magic damage. Oh, that's all it says.
Yeah, because it just says it's a magic test.
Yep, it's a magic test, so you do add your magic.
Okay. So that'd be 13.
13, no problem. You managed to connect with him.
Okay.
And do your damage.
5.
5 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hit him, and he staggers back, almost slipping on the ice, and you see no blood start to run out of his nose, and the arrogant expression that he had on his face only moments earlier seems to have wiped away, and there's a look of desperation in his eyes. As he, in a burst of rage, runs towards you. You're still on the ground, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so he takes a swing at you, and because you are prone, he gets a +2, or +1 to his attack.
Yep.
All right, and he gets 12 to hit. Yeah, he hits. And you take 10 points of damage.
Whoa! It's alright, I'm good. I'm good! Help me! Help me!
And he's screaming the whole time that he's doing this. Spearman swings against you, or pokes against you, Grinner. And he gets a
25 damage.
Well, he hits. I'm pretty sure. Your defense is what again?
11.
11, yes. So he hits. You take 7 points of damage minus your armor.
How does everything he do so much more than everything I do? 3 points of damage. All right, what am I at?
The spear is really an amazing weapon, actually. It gives you 1d6 +3, whatever, and then plus your strength, whatever that is.
Wait, in the last game, what did the dudes in the house attack us with?
Sword.
Long swords.
I want them, and I dibs the spear. I need something that kills people just as much as they kill me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the spear does 1d6 +3, so you're guaranteed at least 4 points of damage.
Oh, that's because he has the bonus thing.
Yeah, but he gets a +2 because of his strength.
Yes. All right, so I'm at 19 health. Lovely.
All right. Next is Girly Pie. So she doesn't notice you, Penth, and she notches another arrow and fires at Gilligan. Gilligan's Island. And she's going to connect once again. And she's going to knock him prone again. Because she got a 6 on her dragon die. You guys gotta use die. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the dice stream doesn't give fair rolls sometimes.
Fine, I'll switch to die.
You're gonna switch over?
I don't have any d6s in front of me. Wait, maybe I do.
There's gotta be a way to make that work. Anyways, okay, so she knocks him over, she does pierce armor, and she's gonna do another 1d6 damage. So, poor Gil takes 14 points of damage.
Oh my god. What the hell is she shooting him with? Why does it seem like every single person's like, yeah, 25 points of damage, 19 points of damage. Okay, Harlan, roll for damage. 4.
Well, she got, on her damage, she rolled a 1d6 plus the 1d4 for Mighty Blow, and she gets a +4 to her longbow attack. Which, I mean, naturally it's a +3, so you guys can make that much damage too.
If I had a +3 to dexterity.
Just a matter of rolling right, I guess. I don't know. I think there have been some
And
pretty
during
bad
character
rolls.
creation, being more generous to the ones I would have liked. See, that's the problem. When you make it like when they make like an NPC in the book, they're like, okay, this person will be an archer, therefore she'll have like 4+4 dexterity. And yet when I'm rolling up a character, I'm like, oh, I want to be an archer. I would love higher dexterity. And yet it's like, nope, fuck you, you're gonna win.
Yeah, I know, it's true, right?
Isn't it perception in this one for archery?
It is perception. Yeah, so she's not adding her strength.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, dexterity is short swords or whatever.
It's one thing that I don't like about the Dragon Age game, especially for the GM, is that they don't give you a standard for creating encounters with like whatever level characters. Like D&D, you had like an XP limit that you could only assign 2,000 XP for like level 4 adventurers or whatever, right?
Yeah, I noticed that both the both the Pathfinder game and D&D is really good for making encounters, whereas I noticed in the creatures in this, they don't even give you challenge ratings or say, hey, use 4 of these for one encounter.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's tough to balance. Like you have no idea how well your characters are going to do. You're going to be like, okay, 3 versus 3, right? But
any Dragon Age designers listening.
Yes, if you're listening, that is one thing that we would like, especially me as a GM. So, anyways, Gil, he's hit, and he doesn't look like he's doing too well. Yeah, he looks like he's on the closer side to death rather than life. But yes, that's it for his turn, and then I think the spear guy already attacked, right?
I don't remember. Let's say yes.
Let's say yes. Okay, next, Penth.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he must have attacked because I took 3 damage.
So I will try to attack. I want to slip the rope over her head.
Okay.
And so that will be, I guess, a...
Perception.
Okay, can I aim?
Yes, you can aim as a minor action to get it around her neck, but
The thing is I want to put it over and push her in. So how would I do that?
you can aim this round.
Yeah. I feel like it's like...
And you can get it around her neck. Then it's just going to be...
And push kick.
So this is what's going to happen. This is what I feel needs to happen. You'll do a perception check to see whether or not you get it around her neck.
Yeah.
Fairly enough. And then you'll have to do an
Attack.
attack. But if you want to aim, then you're going to have to aim first, get the +1, then throw it around her neck, and then on the next turn you can do a strength check
No aiming.
to push her in.
No
No aiming?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying the rolling in the D20 system, so look there for it.
Okay.
Did it roll?
Oh, I like the noise.
Did anyone see it anywhere?
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. You got a 9 plus whatever your bonus is.
So, my perception is 2, so 11.
Okay. And because the defender is unaware of the attack,
Yeah.
it's +3.
So 14.
14. Now that's actually something too that we should talk about because there were a few times last game that Harlan did some sneak attacks.
Yeah.
That bonus applies to your sneak attacks because they're unaware of it.
Yeah, I just feel like in a situation like this, I can't imagine how either of these 2 guys I would get a sneak attack on them.
Yeah, the only person that you can really get a sneak attack on is the girl or the barbarian right now, the big guy.
So now
the
I'm
younger
focused on me.
Or
This
Mike.
is an attack, right, Justin? This is a push, right?
Yes, so this would be a strength check.
Okay.
So so it's still you got it around her neck, and now you just have to roll to see if you're able to push her in.
Okay.
But now she's aware of it, so you don't get that bonus.
Great.
Okay,
4,
so
5, plus my strength.
she spins around and she drops her bow and she grabs onto the rope and tries to pull it off of her neck.
Okay.
And she starts screaming.
So is she gonna roll to? Yeah. So I got a total of 7.
7. Okay, so it's an opposed check. So your strength versus her strength.
Yep.
And she beats it.
Okay.
But so she doesn't go into the hole, but the rope is still around her neck.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So next
So next
is.
time, just jump down the hole, Chris.
What do you mean? With her?
Well, you're holding the rope. It's still on her neck.
Yeah, that would work too.
So just jump down next time.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that. I was thinking the other way around, but yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
Okay, next is Grinner.
Well,
I will do the exact same thing as I did last time, and I will attack the guy straight in front of me with the short sword, and I will succeed this time.
Okay.
And by succeeding, I mean I will fail. 6, 11, 12, 13.
Good.
14, I'm sure. And for damage, 1d6 plus 2. 6. That's better.
That is better.
Wee.
All right. So you connect with him, and this time it goes through his armor, and as you pull your sword through the armor, you see blood, a crimson tint to it.
Good. And then I turn to the other big hulking dude, and I go, "Hey, Mongo!" Until he turns, and then I take the blood of my blade and I kind of wave it to him, and I say, but
Is
I don't
that a
actually
word? Is that something you say?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
do.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, you want your fucking meal? Here it is. And I just push the guy at him.
Okay, nice. And he shouts at you, "Cold!" You got his name wrong. All right, so next is Imogen.
Oh, his name is Cole. I get it.
Okay. As I'm still on the ground, you know that he's got that one knee that's like right in front and nice and bent. Using my minor action to aim,
Okay.
and I'm going to use my arcane lance to shoot to the inside of that knee, so it knocks him off balance, and he falls and cracks his head on the ice.
So
Exactly
naturally,
what happened.
that's great that you want to do that and roll for that for sure. But naturally, you're going to have to get stunts if you want him to knock a pro.
Yeah.
But that's what you're going for. That's what you're.
Okay, so there's my test.
All right, and that is
So
10.
that'll be at 13 total.
Okay, 13 total. You're good.
Yep.
It's a hit.
All right. So now I just do the damage.
Mm-hmm.
5 damage.
5 damage. Okay, so your arcane bolt splits right into his knee, and he howls in pain, and you see his leg is quivering as blood spurts out of it.
Yeah, because I totally blew his anterior cruciate ligament.
No, his nerve, his vein, whatever it's
No,
called.
I was going for the anterior cruciate ligament, so I can't use that knee again.
You say you
tear
got,
his ACL.
how much damage did you do? 5 damage?
Yeah.
Okay,
He got water on the knee.
so he does slip. He slips, and he falls to the ground, and you hear a satisfying crack as his head hits the ice. And as you watch him,
I don't
blood
watch
starts to
him.
pool around his head. All right.
I feel dirty.
So he looks like he's down for the count.
All right.
All right, next is... Okay, so the girl, she's going to try to get the rope around her neck. And she's like a spindly girl. Oh, you can't see her, can you?
Not at all.
Ah, okay. Sorry, 1 second. Right, there we go. So now you can see her. And she's trying to get the rope around off of her neck. She's going to do a strength versus your own strength.
Okay.
So you roll for yours. She got a 16 strength, so you got to beat that.
16. I got 16 as well. But it goes to her, I guess.
I would agree.
I would agree as well. I wish I could give you something to help.
That's okay. I can still push her in.
And missed. Okay, yes.
Grab her by the hair.
That's all I have.
So yeah, so she manages to knock it off.
Good.
Okay, and that is her minor action. As a major, or as her other action, she pulls out a dagger, and she screams at you. Ah! And you see her teeth are sharp and jagged as well. Next is Spearman.
This is the clan of the jagged teeth bitches.
Okay, so he is gonna hit 12 versus defense. Grinner.
It hits.
Okay, and you take 9 damage.
What the fuck? Who hit me? Spear dude?
Spear dude.
Fucking hell.
Yep.
Um.
But I'm learning how to build encounters. I'm realizing that the stats of these guys. I'm starting to balance stats.
Well, we're gonna go up a level, so maybe you just keep it the same.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll be good enough to survive.
I think it's also a combination of me just rolling absolutely atrociously for every fucking thing I roll.
Try rolling in a roll 20 and see if that helps. I don't know if it will, but
All right.
okay. And that is their turn. Gil, he fires his crossbow bolt that he prepared into Spear Guy, and he hits. And he's got some stunt points. Who wants to spend 5 stunt points? Why don't you do it, Grinner?
No, I haven't earned it. I don't want to.
Okay, so who said I do?
I do.
Okay, so you spend his stunt points.
First, 6, you said?
5, but describe what he does.
Okay, so he's using a crossbow.
Yeah.
So he's going to take one arrow. He's going to shoot his arrow into his hand that he was holding the spear with and make him drop the arrow.
Okay.
And that with that same arrow, it pierces the guy's hand into his and pins it to his leg with a piercing armor strike.
Perfect. And is he going to skirmish him at all?
He's got one more point.
Rapid reload.
He will rapid reload.
Makes sense.
Can he rapid reload though? Because I know a crossbow takes a major action to reload.
It just says a missile weapon.
Yep.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, so I think that's a good advantage for crossbow users to use a rapid reload.
Yeah, that's like that's an entire major action.
Exactly. Okay, so he does that. He knocks the spear out of his hand.
1d6 yards.
And he knocks him back 1d6. Knocks at 1d6 yards. Okay, so I'll roll that quickly. Oops. Objects. So the spear, 6 yards. So that's 3 squares.
Nice.
So where do you want it?
Just far down the... as far away from him as possible. So underneath the girl, more or less.
Okay.
Sure.
Right there. It's not broken, but hey. Okay. So you do that, and you do pierce armor. So then he does his damage, and he's only got 1 armor right now.
I didn't know that.
Okay, so he does 11 damage. Or no, sorry, he does 11 damage. And minus the 1. So the bolt pierces his leg, and it must have hit a huge artery because blood just starts spluing out of it. And he staggers to maintain his balance, but he collapses onto the ground as Gil reloads his crossbow above his dying eyes.
Nice. Where to go, Gil?
Fuck you,
Gil. He's got 2 kills.
And I have none.
All right, but that's his turn. We're back to Penth.
Okay, I will again do a strength check to push her in.
Okay.
And
I
I
did,
grab her by the hair and jump.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to push her in.
All right.
And then I can jump in on her after if I want to.
So it's an opposed strength check.
So I did 14.
And she got 14, but it goes to the attacker, so it's you.
And I got a dragon die.
Okay. So then roll for stunts. Naturally, she would be prone.
Skirmish her. Drop her down the hole.
What's that?
Use skirmish, where you get to move her, and move her down the hole.
Well, I did that automatically, I think, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this was more of a kick than anything else.
Okay.
I will do a mighty blow. And instead of doing anything else, can I just drop kick down onto her? Like just drop my weight onto her? It says I can skirmish. You can move yourself or the target. So I'm going to move my target myself onto her.
Okay, so she falls down to the hole and she takes 1d6 damage automatically.
Okay, so I'll roll for that. So 1 damage. Way to go. Okay. But I'm going to do my unarmed attack.
Okay.
So 5. 8 more damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to do another 1d6 for extra damage.
Okay.
So another 3 damage. So 11 damage.
Yeah.
And then I would like to just drop myself down on her feet first.
Okay. So she lands on the ground and you follow her. You just gotta jump right in as well, and you land on her and
Another 1d6?
Yeah. Do another 1d6 for
Another
this circumstance, and another 2. So that's a total of
13 damage, I think.
13. Okay, so she expels air towards you as you crush her ribs and her lungs, and she's in a lot of pain, obviously. Okay, and you're over top of her right now, so she's going to have to do a strength check to get out from underneath you.
And I imagine she's prone, right?
And she is definitely prone, yeah. So I'll mark that. All right, and next is Grinner.
Okay.
So you just saw a girl fall out of the opening, and then you see Penth jump right down on top of her.
Yeah, he squished the frack out of her.
The frack, yeah.
All right, I'm going to stab this guy with my sword again.
He's dead. He's dead.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Killed
I'll
him.
stab the other giant guy then.
All right.
Where am I?
Do a charge.
I think the giant guy's dead too.
Yeah, he is.
Seriously? Holy
Yeah.
fuck. Oh, can you move them off the board then?
Yeah.
Oh, they have X's. Never mind. That's fine. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that. Okay, then I will stab Gil.
It's not the girl.
No, then you know what? I'm going to go back to my bow, and I'm going to shoot her in the head from afar.
Okay.
Might as well get a chance to use it for once. Maybe it'll make my skill better.
Okay. Now it does say in the attack roll modifiers, defender in light cover, you get -2 because it's a ranged attack versus defender engaged in melee combat.
I get a -2 to shoot someone with a bow? Why?
Yeah.
I get that.
Because he
It's
might
just-
hit 10. He's right
Yeah.
on top of her.
Oh, okay. Just okay. Then I will not shoot.
You could run up to her with your short sword. Didn't you already have your short sword equipped?
Yeah. All right. I'll run up to her and stab her in the back. I'll do a backstab.
Okay.
Because why the fuck not? All
And
right.
she's prone, so you get an advantage.
And she's prone. All right.
And it's 2 to 1, so it's like 5 to 1, isn't it?
So I'm doing dexterity stealth.
Yes, it is. You get -2. I think it's only I think it maxes at -3. I don't know. Okay, let's do -5. You've got a serious advantage against her right now.
Doesn't matter anyway. I didn't win my dexterity.
I do not.
5,
7, 8.
8
Plus
plus 5.
Why am I +5? They said -5.
Just take it. Don't question it.
No. You're stabbing her, right?
I'm trying to sneak up to her.
Oh, you're trying to. Oh, okay. So that's against her perception. And she rolled a 9 for perception. So I think she sees you coming. And as she turns her head, she sees.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, no. I rolled an 8, but I get 1 plus dexterity, so that would be 9 as well.
9. Okay, then you're good.
Whew. Then I will stab her with my backstabby.
Okay. So you get +3 because she's unaware. You get +2 because you're outnumbered, or +1 because she's outnumbered 2 to 1. And
+1 because she's prone.
And yeah, are we going to stack them?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll stack them. I think it said something in the book.
Yeah, we're going to need it anyway.
Okay.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, no problem. So
Good.
you connect, and now you just have to roll for damage.
And I'm going to stab her like... I'm not just going to stab her once, I'm going to stab her multiple times. Be like... Because I'm just really angry. Melee attack with a +2. Oh, you know what? It was a +2 to attack anyway. So 1d6 extra, so 2d6.
But you didn't. Did you succeed your dexterity?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Right.
The melee attack with a +2 bonus to attack anyway, so it would have been fine. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 damage.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm going to stab her multiple times. Just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
All right. So after the first stab, you see the life fade from her, but you keep going. You keep on
going.
stabbing her.
Keep going.
And Penth, you see Grinner just stabbing this girl constantly. And she's clearly dead.
I said, the gold is yours. I walk away. It's indicating that he can have the gold from this person. You clearly killed her.
And I look at you and I just give you the fucking death touch. I go, fuck off.
This one is yours. Okay. And I walk away. And I, yeah.
Okay.
I go check Imogen.
Well, Imogen, trying to honor your one-on-one battle, didn't want to get involved with you and the girl.
Yeah, I'm a little pissed off about that, but I also know when looking at
the meantime, was also honoring your tradition of looting this body because clearly it's mine.
Yeah, absolutely. All you. I just want to make sure you're alive.
Yes, thank you, Penn.
Okay.
And Gil's hurting a lot. I said, Imogen, when you're done there, I think Gil could probably use some healing.
Absolutely.
All right.
So yes, I would go do the healing first.
Okay, so you go to heal everybody?
Well, yes. I can only do one mana per person, but it'll give 1d6 each.
Okay. So 1d6 each. So roll for your spell power, right?
Yeah. So
don't worry about
on Gil. So made the spell power no problem. Gil receives 3 points of healing.
Okay.
Next one would be Grinner. Ooh. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, so I made it, barely. You're tough to heal, Grinner.
I'm tough to do everything, apparently. Everything.
Okay, you get 3 points back.
He's been busy stabbing a dead corpse.
I don't remember what I was at, actually, because you closed roll 20. Do you remember what my number was?
You were at 19 last I checked.
I think I was lower than... Oh, no, you're right, 19. Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, I fizzled trying to heal Penth.
Roll 20 is open again if you need it.
Okay, that's fine. I just need
I'll try Penth again.
I'm okay. There's probably other people that need it more. I'm at 26 of 36, so
Yeah, but
Yes.
I'd still do it anyway.
Okay.
Even though, oh, look at you. So you get 6 points back, but that leaves me no mana and nothing to heal myself.
Okay, so Grinner seems determined. He seems almost trance-like. He's muttering to himself, and
Renner?
Gil, sorry,
Yeah,
and he's pulling Renner along the side of the wall, and he disappears out of view.
It's gonna eat him.
I wouldn't let him get that far. I'd walk over if he was like walking him out. I'd be like, "Don't go. There could be more."
Okay, and once you get to him, you see that he's found an entrance into the mountain, and like it's a cobblestone area. Here, I'll show you on the map. It looks like a hallway into an enclosed area, like a castle almost.
I don't see anything on the map. Ah,
You see that?
I see the map. I do not see the entrance.
So Renner has moved here.
Oh, okay. There's an entrance here. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. And he's kind of talking to himself and dragging Renner into the hallway.
I'm gonna roll perception.
On what?
Whatever, because we didn't do it last time.
I guess you guys can't see that. Here, 1 second. Sorry. GM info overlay.
Orlay. Anyway, I'm gonna roll in the meantime. Ah, yes. I see stone. 2 pieces of stone. Little more stone.
Yeah.
Cool. And I'm rolling 12 on perception.
Okay.
Shouldn't we try to stop him?
Yeah, and I'd walk up and be like, "What the fuck you doing?" And I'd literally grab Gil by the back of the neck and just toss him away from Renner.
Where are you tossing him?
Just backward, just like pulling him off him, almost.
Okay. Do a strength check.
Alright. Finally.
What'd you roll?
Oh, you can't see it. Hold on.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Renner actually rolled
So the fucking 3 people who are killing us, nothing. The minute I try to pull a guy off another guy, fucking perfect roll.
Well, it's good. It's good that you rolled perfect because he actually rolled 2 6s and a 4, so he had an amazing roll too. So you grab him and you throw him back into the ice path or further into the.
Back into where we came from. Not to hurt him, but just to be more like, "What the fuck you doing? Like, get off him, you idiot! Like, why are you going into a place that might be more dangerous?"
He comes to and he says, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me."
And I lean down in front of him, and I say, "Gil, get your shit together, man." And I stand back up and I walk over to Renner and pull him back out of the passage.
Is there any way I could do like a magic check to see if it was a magical compulsion based on the area or anything like that?
Sure, go for it. Do a magic. Do a perception, but I'll pretend that you have a focus. So it's basically +3. Or whatever your perception is, +2.
Alright. So, good thing I can count. That'd be 11.
Okay. So you do sense something very subtle coming from inside this dungeon. There seems to be something magical about it, some residue in the air, mana residue. So it might be something having to do with that.
Okay, could I try the magic check to see if I can identify the residue?
Well, you just recognize it as mana.
Okay.
Mana has leaked away from the Fade. There's some... The Fade, the presence of the Fade is very strong here. And if you don't know what the Fade is, it's basically... It's the That's like the dream world. That's where
Right.
people go when they die, and that's the spirit realm.
That's what I think.
And
So we would probably want to stay away from this.
maybe you would. But you also know that it's nighttime. Nighttime is starting to dawn on you, and nighttime is dawning on you.
Hmm.
And there might be some good shelter inside.
Okay. Well, I let them know that. My findings. Did I not find anything looting that big guy? Oh, I didn't. I didn't loot him because I went to heal people. There.
Okay. So are you guys going to try to
We
loot?
go back and see if there's anything useful to bring if that's the direction we're going.
Yeah. So I mean, on the barbarians.
Gets us out of the wind.
So you're going to go inside?
Well, that would be my suggestion, at least into this hallway. Because that way we could start a fire there without the wind.
I don't know. I feel like did you detect anything as a magical presence from this, Imogen?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It seems to be the man is leaking from the fade.
Well, I don't think it would be that safe to go in there then, since it seemed like Gil was trying to drag Rinner in there as well. There might be something that's subconsciously trying to make you suggest that we stay in there. The same with us. I think, if anything, we should probably stay away from it.
I agree. It's unnatural.
You know from your experience, Imogen, that there's a lot of mana residue in the air at the circle, the tower circle, or circle tower. So you're used to a feeling like this.
Yeah.
There are many areas in all of Ferelden and Thedas where there are leaks in the Fade. You're only receptible to it if you are a mage, or if you have any magical ability.
So is Gil a mage?
You don't know that. Yeah. So
Gil,
again,
are you
I'll
a mage?
let them know that it's nothing. It's nothing to be feared. But we should be wary.
Well,
However, again, if we look at getting out of the wind, finding a place that's easily defensible is this corridor, and giving us a chance to rest.
It was good enough for us before the battle. I say it's good enough for us now. Like, this area was good enough to make a fire before. I don't want to go in there.
Ken, don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid. Who said anything about being afraid? I just don't want to go in there.
I'm not afraid. Who said was afraid? I'm not going to be afraid. There's nothing who's going to be afraid. I'm not afraid. I don't know who's afraid.
Is it claustrophobia, Ken? Are you afraid of the tight spaces?
I've heard the stories of the Fade, and we've lost many people when they go hunting and out at night and never returning. And there's many legends that it's the Fade that takes them.
Isn't the Fade a rapper in Ferelden?
A bard, yes, the Fade. He's got an
I
interesting
heareth the
haircut.
Fade's rhymes are sicketh in the land.
But yes, there are many tales of the Fade, and some of them actually speak of the Fade positively. But the ones that have made their way to your superstitious clan are the ones that are very negative, and you've been taught from a young age, do not meddle with the Fade.
Yep.
Well, Penth wants to leave, or not go into it, and Imogen wants to go into it. Did we loot the bodies?
Not
We did
yet.
But I would say either way we do that, because again we can
Discuss it over a good looting.
use
To the
it
looting!
whenever.
All right, let's loot them in the meantime. And I'm going to loot them before anyone else. I'm going to run over to them and I'm going to split it up evenly. I'm going to take out all the coins and hold them and say, look. Oh, and I'm also going to pick up my silver coin that I dropped.
Okay, so you you don't find any
As he's
coins.
going over, I'm like, tell him, Pence, the big guy's mine.
You guys don't find any coins. It doesn't seem like these guys would carry any.
That seems fair.
But you do find an interesting. It's almost like a relic. It's carved out of bone, but it doesn't look like it's just been whittled away. It looks like in our world, like a voodoo implement or something, some sort of
Dice or
talon.
something?
I think it's a talon. What does the voodoo guy in Diablo 3 use?
Oh, no, it's not a
Talisman. It's like a talisman.
I lick it.
Can I do a magic check on it?
Yeah, you can do a magic check.
By the way, Pence smiles at Imogen when he seems to claim that he killed the big guy.
Oh, nice. Okay. So Pent is smiling at you, Imogen. You killed the big guy. You're boasting
No,
about it.
it's in disbelief though. Sure, you did, Imogen.
Oh, nice.
If Imogen says he killed the big one, I believe him. And then I smile better.
So you're in.
Because I picture Penn smiling like the Beast would smile.
Okay, so on
the
the other than the talisman, all you really have are the bone talisman, is what we'll call it. All
Who
you
was
really
the bone
find-
talisman found on?
That was found on the big guy.
Okay, then I would hand it to Imogen and say, Imogen, as you were the one who killed him, this is yours.
Thank you.
You also
And then I look at
find,
Penn like,
you find a gauntlet that is it's used for falconry. So
Oh, we heard the eagle. You heard the eagle earlier. We should probably take out that eagle before it sends another message.
I take off the gauntlet and put it on myself then.
Okay, yeah, it fits nice and snug. It's only made of leather. It's nothing pretty. It's just to protect the skin.
And I go, Falcon Saw! Why is it coming?
All you hear is wind.
I had an animal handling thing too. Maybe that could be my thing since I suck at everything else.
Okay, and other than that, there's the weapons that they had on them and the armor they were wearing, which is, I think it's heavy leather. I think they're wearing heavy leather.
I already have.
No, they're wearing light leather, just light leather.
Ooh, it's a communication ability, the animal handling.
Mm-hmm.
How far are we to the opening?
The other side or the first side?
The other side, do we know?
You don't know. Like I said, the map doesn't show anything about this passage, and it's you don't know how far this thing winds. It might actually end up in a dead end. You don't know that, but it's a possibility.
Well, it can end up at a dead end because the wind is coming through.
The wind is coming through, but it could be coming from over and then down into the passage. That could just gradually go up, and you might end up. It'll go somewhere, but you might end up out in the exposed height of the mountains.
Put it this way, Imogen, Penth, I understand your two perspectives. Imogen, I understand that you feel that staying in this small little cobblestone way would be nice to get out of the wind. However, I think Penth's concerns are legitimate, and as much as it might be nice to stay inside, it doesn't exactly have any drawbacks to stay out here, and the risk of being close to the Fade is overwhelming. So I would side with Penth in caution and say, let's stay out here where we're originally planning tonight. Tomorrow morning.
20 feet away.
Well, it's 20 feet farther away than from something that could be potentially dangerous. Put it this way, there's no benefit to staying inside that cobblestone other than the small amount of wind, which, as we determined earlier,
And easier defensible.
I don't think we're really going to be running into that much more danger. I don't see the benefit of staying near the Fade. It sounds dangerous.
Nothing to be feared.
I understand that it's nothing to be feared, but I don't see the benefit. If you said, hey, if we stay near the Fade, it will heal us at double speed, or our wounds will mend, I'd be the first one behind you, even if there was a chance of that. But what we're saying is putting ourselves in unnecessary risk for no benefit. And I don't think it's worth it right now.
Okay, so out here we can be attacked from here. We can be attacked from that end. We can still be attacked from up above. And now we can also be attacked from this corridor.
Well, for all we know, there could be danger
inside the corridor, we
within
can
that corridor.
only be attacked from front or back.
But in that corridor, it could be laden
will
with
not come
evils as
back.
well.
If we go in there, we're not coming out.
I'm not saying that we don't examine it. I'm saying let's not sleep in it.
Let's not go in there.
That can be a discussion for tomorrow, but for the time being, I think we know that this
Regardless,
area is
I need to
relatively safe.
rest. I'm tired. I'm hurt.
Then let us rest in this room. It'll make Penth more comfortable, and I feel that the risk to staying in there is unnecessary.
Corpses.
I start making a fire.
Okay, go ahead. Roll your cunning. The wind has picked up. It's much colder, and you start to notice that you're running low on supplies of flint and tinder.
11.
11. Okay. So you get a few sparks going, but the wind blows it out before it can get started.
I'm afraid, Grinner, we might have no choice.
Gonna say, I'm ignoring them at this point, and I'm going in the corridor and starting a fire.
If we do not go in there, we will freeze to death for sure tonight.
Fair enough. Again, I'm not against it. It's just an unnecessary risk. The drawback of being in there, or the benefit of being out there, does not outweigh a place that we know.
It does when we can't make a fire out here.
And you looking at Renner, you see that his skin in the dying light is starting to turn a shade of blue. He looks quite cold.
Renner, you should lie naked with him.
I can do it.
You can do it. Penth would.
It needs to be done.
All right. So, what do you guys do?
I kind of go. I try to make a fire, and I kind of get frustrated, and I look apprehensively towards the corridor and get up and kind of step very carefully, as if something's going to explode just with every step.
Okay. So are you taking point, or Imogen is already in there, right?
Oh, I'm behind Imogen. He seems to know what he's doing.
And I'm grumpy and I'm sulking while I do it.
So, Imogen, you manage to you start walking in, and it's dark inside. It's very, very dark. Do you have a torch? Is there any way to light?
I do. I have flint and steel.
Okay.
Yep. And again, I could use the cloak or shreds from the dead people's clothing, because that would light easier than a lot of the other stuff.
Okay. So as you're walking along, you smell a musty. It smells very musty, just past one point really, and then the air freshens up again, and you're walking.
Well, I'm not going too far in. I'm just going like the 10 feet or so that the other guys were in.
Okay. At 10 feet in, it smells pretty musty, very stale, almost. It has a pungent scent to it, but it's whatever was causing the scent seems to have died down quite a bit.
I step back away from that, closer to the door, and I say, "You guys can camp there. I'll stay here by the door tonight."
Okay,
I'm as close to the door as I can be as well, and I go, "This is far enough to make a fire."
Yeah, and I go tell Imogen, "Go ahead, tell us how it goes. We'll talk to you in a few years when we're both dead."
So Gil brings Renner inside out of the howling wind, and okay, Imogen. So do you have a torch? Do you guys have a torch? You know that Renner and Gil have torches.
Yeah, I will try to make a fire where I am. I would take what I couldn't use and try to make it here.
Okay. So, yep, you have no problem making a fire. Out of the howling winds, it takes you about 5 minutes just to get one set up.
And maybe we should stop here for the night, because it is 11:05.
Okay.
Yes, that is a good point to stop. Who wants to stay in the tunnel?
Who wants to go to the Fade to be slaughtered by demons?
Not me.
It's night time.
Who wants to feel comfortable soaking in the mana?
Mana from the Fade. Does he get mana from the Fade?
No, not necessarily, but...
Oh.
Maybe you should be a little bit more honest with us.
Well, as I was saying, if there's a benefit to it, I would have been fine with it. If you're like, hey, if I stay by this, I get... Oh. Watch it, like, drain all your mana. It's like, I want to be next to the Fade.
Like, look what it did to Gil. My character's, like, afraid it's going to happen to him.
Yeah, and I'm level-headed and logical, therefore it makes no sense to do it.
Are you guys good with doing just 10 more minutes?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. So, you guys start the fire. You don't want to explore at all, Imogen? You're going to stay with them?
No, I really am just getting out of the cold, finding a spot to take shelter.
Okay.
Perfect. Now that the fire is lit,
Because
let's
again,
take it back outside.
That's a good point.
I only have about 10 hit points left. I've got 4 mana. I need to rest.
Yeah, we gotta remember we're not ever healing the healer.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he said many times that he wasn't a mage, so what? I mean, he should be fine.
We know he is.
He still hasn't told us.
So, actually, you know what? We don't have to.
Actually, this is a good point. At this point, I probably would heal myself.
Okay.
Just go right out of mana.
Go ahead.
Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, and I will not. I'll just use that mana and let it fizzle.
Okay, so that sucks.
Yeah.
All right.
Fortunately, I'm still I don't need mana for the arcane lance, so I'm okay that way.
So you guys go to bed.
I stay awake.
We
stay awake?
take shifts. I would make sure we take shifts. I'm too uneasy.
Yeah, and once they fall asleep in the middle of the night, once they go to fall asleep, I open the door and I go back out to where I wanted to sleep.
Okay. All right. So it is who's on the last shift? It's been about 8 hours.
I would have been one of the first.
I'll take the last shift.
Okay.
Outside.
So Grinner, you are sitting. You see that the sunlight is starting to flood the ice passage, and you hear a stirring from where Renner is.
From within the tunnel thing?
Yeah, I guess Renner and Gil were sleeping, I guess, furthest into the cavern because they were the ones who felt the most comfortable with it. Well, Gil felt most comfortable with it.
Imogen.
And, Gil and Imogen. And you see Gil is getting up, and Renner is actually out of his bed.
So I'm just leaning over, looking into the passageway type thing, because I'm on the outside still. I'm kind of like.
Right. Okay. So yes, you hear some stirring, and you see Gil
Who looks like that?
getting up.
That's me. That's how I'm just leaning in from the door. I picture him sitting on the floor outside, facing where the battle happened and the tunnels and stuff. So I'm kind of just turning around and peeking.
That's cool. That's cool. I like that. So you peek in and you see Gil standing up, and you see a look of worry in his eyes. And
Is he looking at me?
No, he's not looking at you. He's looking around him. He's looking for something.
So I take my dagger and I go like this on the tile to get his attention.
Okay, and he looks up at you.
And I point and I go.
Yeah. And he says,
like this. I go.
Okay. So he starts moving forward towards you. And he kneels down towards you and he says, Renner, he's gone.
And I say, that's fine. Come, stand out here. I'll wake up the others. Come out, stand here.
So he sits down beside you.
And then I still crouch. I kind of walk back in. Who's closest? It would be Penth closest to the door.
Penth is closest to the door, yeah.
And I tap him awake. And I kind of say, Renner's. I say, calm the fuck down, alright? Calm the fuck down. I'm waking you up clearly for a reason. Calm the fuck down.
I thought there was that's what I'm worried about. What's the reason?
Renner's missing. Renner's gone.
I quickly hop out of the fade area.
Right? And
get out of there, Imogen! Get out of there quick!
And then we go wake up Imogen without stepping in.
Imogen, wake up!
All right, Imogen, do you wake up?
I have no idea. I guess it would be a perception.
No, it's fine. You can wake up if you want to.
All right. Yep.
All right. So you wake up. You see the two of them shouting at you. You're feeling pretty groggy after all the fighting.
All that grog you had.
And what do you do?
Well, I would again. Well, at this point, I would do a perception check just to see if I see anything dangerous or feel anything dangerous.
Okay.
Because again, I feel like I'm kind of comfy in there. But it's 9.
Okay. So looking down the hallway, you see a flickering light down deeper into this passage.
Look, torchlight, or I can't even tell.
It looks like torchlight.
All right, so I tell them that. I said it looks like there's torches down there.
Torches, plural?
It looks probably just one torch.
Yeah, it looks like at least one torch.
I knew this was going to happen.
If there's a torch down there, it's got to be Renner.
Shut up, Gil. All right. Stay here. I'll go look. Imogen, go back outside.
Okay, so you make your way down the passage?
Yeah. I'll pick up a torch from the fire and kind of walk down with my short sword drawn.
Okay,
so you're walking. I don't move.
You're walking along the path, and you're just walking towards the light?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do a perception check.
Hey, all right.
10 guys jump out from you because you weren't doing perception checks every 5 steps. 6, 4, 4. I'm good.
Okay. So as you're walking along, you see that there is something. There are some elevations on the ground past where all the sleeping bags are. And you realize that there might be something that you could spring a trap.
I could spring a trap?
Yes, it looks like there might be a pressure plate up ahead of you.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would not spring it. What does it look like it's for?
It just looks like it's meant to activate something. Yeah, you don't know what it would do.
Then I'll pick up a stone and take 100 steps back and toss a stone at it, in case the tunnel just floods with fire.
Okay, so
not an actual 100. Just I take a good distance back.
Okay, you toss a stone at the pressure plate.
Sure, and I tell them too. I'm like, "There's a trap here. I'm gonna offset the pressure plate in case it's something."
Okay, so you're trying to activate it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the stone glances off of it. Is it a heavy stone or just like a?
Yeah, I would have picked a heavy stone. Yeah.
Okay, so you take a heavy stone, you lob it up into the air, and it lands squarely on the pressure plate, and you hear a cracking sound, almost as if ice is breaking, and slowly the pressure plate moves into the ground.
I run out of the tunnel.
Okay, running out of the tunnel, you hear a shing sound in the tunnel.
Okay, I keep running.
Okay, so you're out of the tunnel.
Yeah. Now I turn around and look.
Okay, turning around and look, you see the torchlight is moving towards you.
I don't know what the shing was though.
You don't know what the shing was.
Okay, I wait a few seconds and I tell them, I'm like, I triggered the plate, there was a shing and the torch seems to be moving. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, what happens?
You hear, hey, you guys there? Guys?
So yeah,
Where?
Renner, shut up. Just stand still for a second. I triggered a pressure plate. Where are you and why'd you go walking in?
I didn't want to wake anybody. I
So
wasn't sure where you were.
Okay, well just chill for a second. Just stand there, okay? Don't move. Is there any sounds around you?
No, it seems perfectly safe. The hallway opens up into a large room. It looks like some barbarians might have been camping in here. There's a lot of bones. Some of them might be human, but I think it's safe.
Come walk towards my voice and make sure you check your feet for traps.
He says, I can't. A portcullis just went up. I can't get through.
Oh. Bye. And I shut the door on him.
There's no door.
Like, what are you
I'm just kidding. All right, so the thing triggered a gate. Okay, that's fine. So I walk back and I tell them, like, I think it triggered a great gate. So I walk in with my torch and I go find the gate.
Okay, so walking forwards, you see that yes, there's these cast iron bars that have shot up from the ground, and the pressure plate is still set in the ground.
Sorry.
And it looks like what?
Nothing. I was just reading the Renner, our fearless leader, survives the wolves, the lion, the Chantrely's deathly blow, slips on ice and dies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that the twit?
It just reminded me of Evil Dead when he goes through and he survives everything and then like gets knocked out.
Yeah, Renner, our fearless leader, survives wolves, lion, Chantry's deathly blows, and slips on ice and dies. Well, at that time, I thought he was dead. So.
Yeah. No, right. He's good.
So I look at Renner.
Look somewhat afraid.
And I go, why the fuck? What are you, a fucking idiot? Why'd you go in? Why'd you just stay put? Why wouldn't you wake somebody?
I said I wanted to explore.
Yeah, that's a stupid thing to do, especially when you hire 3 explorers. Whatever. You push down. Here, Penn, help me pull this thing down. And we try to move it.
Okay, do a strength check.
Yeah, I apprehensively go in to help him.
Okay.
6, 11, 12, plus nothing.
12. I got 14.
14. Okay. So you guys pull down on the bars, and they don't even feel like they're budging.
Is the plate moving?
You try to take the stone off the tray.
Yeah, like while I'm doing this, I look at the plate. Is it like moving? Like, is it trying to get up as well?
No. It looks like it's down there. It's down there for good.
Okay, well then I look at Renner and say, "You fucking idiot! Now what are we supposed to do? Go see if there's a thing on that side to open it up."
Okay, so he goes away for a good 10, 15 minutes.
15 minutes, and I'm like, "Where?" And I start calling at him. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
He's like, I'm looking, like you told me to.
All right, we'll stay in contact. Don't stop talking to me for 15
All
minutes.
All right. I don't see anything. It doesn't look like there's anything here.
Well, there's got to be something. It's the stupidest trap in the world if you triggered it walking in before you could even get into it. There's got to be something to open it.
Maybe this isn't the main entrance. Maybe they were using this as a defense mechanism.
How is it a defense mechanism? That would only help you if... No, it makes no sense, because you have to be...
Is there an opening? Is there a door? Anything?
Yes, there's a door. It's locked, though. I can't make my way through. It's on the far side, far from the gate. If you were to keep going down this hallway, you would hit the door that I'm talking about. But it's locked. I can't get through it.
Is the ceiling of stone or is it of ice as well?
The ceiling is of stone. It looks like... It's amazing in here. It looks like some sort of facility. It's huge. I can't imagine how much bigger it'll be on the inside where the door leads.
Okay, so there's no thing to trigger the door to open from that side?
Not that I can see, no.
All right, well, just come back here and we'll figure out a way.
All right. And so he comes back, and he sits down, and he rubs his forehead and shakes his head. You can tell that he seems disappointed in himself.
Yeah, you should be disappointed, Renner, you idiot. Don't go exploring. Rule number fucking 1, don't go exploring by yourself. That's an amateur move, dude. That is an amateur move. Now, the gate came from the bottom, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. That means we can break this thing. If it came from the bottom, that means there's pressure on the opposite side of it pulling it up. There's nothing pulling it up from the sides. So we can get underneath this thing. We just need to just snap whatever's holding it up. It's not using weight naturally, is what I'm saying. It's not just using the.
We tried taking the stone off the pressure plate.
Yeah. Did we take the stone off the pressure plate?
Yep, you took the stone off. It didn't do anything.
Can we wedge the plate up?
Can you try that?
Disarming it, no, it wouldn't work. You'd have to get to the actual mechanism itself to disarm it, which looks like it's buried deep in the walls somewhere or in the floor.
All right, Imogen, start using some of your bomb stuff. Just blow a fucking hole in it.
Bomb stuff only works on people.
All right, do it on Renner. Renner, sorry, man. You're an idiot. It's your fault.
Well, I guess go ahead. Go. That's what the door does. Maybe it's just you come out the other side.
I would, but I told you it's locked. I don't know how to pick a lock.
So you're just trapped there till you die.
Well, I mean, I've got some food.
At least slip your money through to us so we can get paid and go home. Renner, what do you want us to do, man? What do you want us to do? We can't pull this thing down. We didn't budget. Okay, let's all four of us pull at the same time. Everybody get on this fucking thing.
What happens? Put all our weight onto it.
Yeah, let's just put everything we got on it. Everybody roll. Everybody grab a piece, even you.
Okay.
Okay, that's a better roll. 12, 15.
4, 6, 8.
You too, Imogen.
Well, okay, let's just say we take 20, and eventually we're going to do, everyone's going to roll an 18.
Everybody, yes. If you take 20, even then, there's no way that you can break this thing down. It would be... there's no way. There's no way that your characters would be able to do that.
Fair
There's
enough.
no way that any person would be able to do that, no matter how many of them.
You can't get enough people into this room to...
All right, so Renner,
To
fuck
pull it
you,
down.
man. You're dead. We got nothing. There's nothing else we can do. You're
Well,
fine.
let's go out the tunnel. Maybe we can come around to the other side. In the meanwhile, I'll try to pick the lock with some of the bones, Renner.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
Okay, well, we'll come around and see if roughly where it is.
All right.
Give us
So
the
as-
map. Wow.
Okay. He says, "Here, take the map, please." And understand that if you do get me out of here, there will be a significant bonus to
You
your...
bet your fucking ass there will. Idiot.
You check the bodies. Okay.
You're not helping.
Oh, I'm not helping? You know what would have helped? You not being such an idiot.
Yes, well, I mean, I've already done that.
Perhaps we can follow the trail of the barbarians back the way they came. Maybe they came from an entrance.
Well, to me, I'd say let's get above... Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Let's get above this. Let's go up and then see if we can... Because it's right here. I mean, maybe there's something...
Yeah, so that's what we do. So I say, Imogen, you're the lightest. Let me throw you up.
Gil, you stay here and keep Renner company.
Okay. So
I don't
Gil
need another
stays-
guy to walk into a frickin' thing. And
He nods, and he agrees. And as you guys turn to walk away, you get a whiff of that musty smell again. That seems to be...
Yeah, that's great. All right, duck. I pull my arrow. I'm ready to fire.
Okay, so he crouches quickly.
who's crouching?
Renner, right?
Renner, yeah.
I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
It's like I feel like this is a place of feeding. Pull your weapons out. Be ready.
Okay, I do a perception check, and do I hear anything? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, you don't hear anything other than everybody's heavy breathing and the wind from outside.
Okay.
But
Again, I'll try to do like another magic check and see.
Well, I was going to say maybe do a nature lore, see if you can decipher what the must is. Is it like a body? Is it a mushroom? Is it like
Muskrat.
a
I'll
must?
start with
must-
nature, see if there's anything natural, and then I'll try magic.
okay,
So nature would be 17.
okay. So it smells like rotting flesh, but it doesn't smell like it's coming from in front of you, from through the grate.
Yeah. I'm
And I
thinking
turn-
some sort of undead.
Can we decipher where, like, what part of the wall? Like, I just start sniffing to where it comes strongest.
Okay, so sniffing around after the 5 minutes of searching, it doesn't take very long before you realize that there are little barred grates at the very bottom. They come up maybe about 1.5 feet off the ground, and they lead into something below ground. And there's about 3 of them, and the middle one, the bars are broken.
Okay, I take my torch and I toss it in.
Okay, tossing it in, it drops about 25 feet before it hits the ground and illuminates what looks to be a prison cell.
So I turn to
Edward?
Imogen and I say, and you wanted to sleep here.
All right, and we're going to end it there
I
tonight.
did sleep here, and I feel great.
You bastard.
I want to end it there tonight. Good job, guys. Great role playing. A great job with the fighting. There were some unfortunate rolls, but I think it ended up being a solid session. All right, so thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll start. You know what? I think next time I'll cheat a little more.
Next
And
week,
that way, what's that?
next week at 8.
Does everyone work for next week at 8?
Well, I'm not too sure. I might have to cancel, unfortunately, next week. But I'll keep you guys posted. Okay. I'll find out by tomorrow.
Okay. Well, next week at 8, put it this way. I would like to still continue on next week at 8, and if Mike and Chris, if you guys are free, we can do something else, just the 3 of us. We can do a role-playing game. We can just hang out and chat for
zombie
now.
survival game.
I can definitely do a one-off zombie survival game if we want.
Sure.
That's easy, too. And we're all in Pickering, so it's even easier.
All right.
Anyway,
Cool.
I would also just like to take a second just to, again, Justin, you're doing a fantastic job. Love the story.
Thanks.
Yep. Well done.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. Awesome. Great playing, guys.
Yes. Yeah. Justin, no, it is a really good job. Chris,
More
you?
importantly, let's level up, yo. Let's get stronger.
Oh, yeah. Experience.
Do you want to do it now, or do you want to do beginning of next?
I want to
Next
do it
time.
right now.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it now so you guys can level up next week. For the climbing, I'm just going to say that was routine.
Sure.
All right. For the encounter, I'm going to say that was hard again. That took longer than I was expecting. So 300 for the encounter. I'm going to give you guys 150 for role playing. So a total of 450 each this week.
Which brings us to what?
Plus 1955 brings us to 2405. You know what we might do? Hey, this would be perfect. Justin, if you're not on next week, then what the 3 of us can do is do a little bit of our character upgrade and pick our skills, because you, as a GM, don't necessarily need to be there.
Nope.
So what we might do, if you can't come, put it this way, okay. If you can come next week, then we're going to do the same thing. Part 5 of this game of Dragon Age, we're going to continue the story on. And we'll just do the character creation at the beginning of that game. Or not the character creation, sorry, the leveling up. If Justin can't make that game, then we will be back here 8 o'clock as well, hopefully with Mike and Chris and myself, and we'll do something else. We'll probably do a one-off RPG called The End of the World by Fantasy Flight Games, and it is a very simple one-shot RPG that pretty much ends every time in the characters dying, and I'll probably be running that. So we'll do that. Either way, that zombie RPG will push off to another day if we can't do it next Wednesday. But I would like to finish Dragon Age. I think that'd be really fun. Or not finish, but continue on. Excuse me.
Sweet.
Right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Good. Any
All
last
right.
thoughts before I sign us off?
No, thank you to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you to everyone, meaning Mike, Chris, and Justin, for playing along and being such good role players that I hate you all. And to those watching, thank you for watching. And again, we'll be here next week in whatever form we may take if we continue the story. Otherwise, we will push it off to the following Wednesday. And again, if you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel, like the videos, leave comments. We're always keen on hearing people's feedback. That DM one that you did a shout out to, Justin, also commented on one of our videos, and there's a guy going through each of our videos also commenting, and one of the comments he said, which I thought was quite funny, which I was reading, he said something along the lines of, is Grinner ever going to be able to use a bow in the last game? Because it's just bad. Oh, he said Grinner needs to get better with that bow. So that's, and I agree. So next week, hopefully, we'll be able to prove that I can be better with that bow. But until then, thank you again for watching, and cheers. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.